I'm late as always. Please forgive me. If you don't, I'm sorry. Oh, man. I'm just waiting. Waiting. Y'all might see me log out for a second. I'm gonna log out for 1 second to make sure that this battery is right. Hold on. Yep, I'm back. Facebook. Yo. Oh, man. I think, okay. Oh! Not this shit again. Let me get this thing to hold this up real quick. And nah, I ain't even took my first sip. So don't nobody try that, you drunk shit. Not yet. Okay. Oh boy. Here we go with this shit. Go Patriots and all this shit. I know my team sucks. And y'all can see the Patriots in the background on the TV over here where they can. You know. Nah, you know what, Jesus, Blog Talk, what's going on, Dwight? Blog Talk been having some problems, man. Blog Talk been having some problems, so I decided to get him a rest because I think they're trying to upgrade, but I'm like, man, you know what? YouTube is where Bully Rants started at, and I'm never on YouTube with Bully Rants. So I said, what better way? As a matter of fact, YouTube, y'all hold on for 1 second as the people pile up. Then we gonna get into this shit tonight. But let me make sure the battery is right on this one. You know what? That's a very good thing that I checked both of those because they would have died in the middle of the show. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. What's going on, Tone, Tommy, Eric, Mike? I can't see the names on YouTube yet. Once again, I don't know what the freak. Okay, there we go. Shit, I'm seeing messages. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, what's going on, Brian? Okay, hey, Dwight, do that one more time because it didn't come up. Drew, we got a crew tonight. I'm going to tell you the truth. The first question I got is actually over here on YouTube. Is an elongated tongue a DQ? I've never heard of a long tongue being a DQ, but I've heard of it being a flaw. Now, I could be wrong, but I've never heard of an elongated tongue being a DQ. So, I haven't heard of it. Now, you know, rules change often. You know, my Cavs put in work. The Browns are embarrassing. My Cavs keep my spirits up. They keep me from jumping off the bridge. But what's going on, Manuel? I'm gonna tell y'all like this. We're gonna get rolling, man. And I always go off into one of these things. Bobby Deans. I always go off into one of these. Okay, I see. I'm gonna click you right this second. At the beginning of every show, usually with Bobby Beans, we got a couple Bobbies in here. But you know, man, this week has been so. Robert, shut up. This week has been so incredible because we've got to see the ultimate. Man, hey, Jesus, they'd never give me an award. I'm gonna tell y'all, Jesus asked me, did I get an invitation for, I guess, this Midwest award that they're having or whatever. And man, hey, it's just Carlos. It's basically just white rice, regular white rice to add some starch and keep them from burning off fat. But that was a question about the rice that I use. I usually use a cup or so into their food and mix it in. But yeah, back to this Midwest thing. They're never going. It's too much politics. Me and Chris from Against All Odds Budleys, who unfortunately is not with us at the moment. He's locked up. We were the original Midwest managers for the Elite Edge and all that good shit before the ABKC was created, and then later the ABKC was created. And I mean, it's obvious that we had a great deal to do, and that goes along with Dayton, who Dayton was actually in the Elite Edge before I was, But I mean, all this shit is politics, man. They never gonna give. What about John Easterly? You know what I mean? John Easterly is also a Midwest guy. You know what I mean? I mean, Jesus, they probably will honor Bashar. I mean, we've seen this 100 million times, and that's why I don't care about their honors. What? To be honest with y'all, what good is it? And I'm gonna miss some questions. I promise y'all that, because if y'all see my screen, it goes. Brrr, so I just try to go on topics, and if I miss you, I promise you, I did not ignore you. I just missed it. But I tell you this, what's going on, Christian, Nate, I don't care about them patting me on the back, man. To be honest, I don't ever expect an award. I was awarded one of those awards back in 2007 at Against All Odds barbecue. Big Zach Randolph, from Memphis, formerly of the Memphis Grizzlies. He was there. The whole EE clan was there. It was a beautiful thing. That was the show actually where Hallie won the first ever ABKC championship. But it meant something then, because I felt like that it was a bunch of good people who were about dogs, and they were telling me that, hey, dude, you doing your thing and you trying to do it the right way. Nowadays, to get an award from people is from those people anyway. It's not really what I just don't care about it. My man Chris Novocaine, he hooked me up with this very nice award, and it's going to read backwards to y'all, but I'll read what it says. A recognition award, Terrell Quincy. Thank you for your dedication and service and true passion for the American Bully breed. I'm going to tell you what, these things right here, and I'm putting it there for everybody can see it. When I get awards like that, it means something to me, because I know that these are people who actually are dedicated to the breed. When you get those kind of awards that they make up because they want to make you more popular, it doesn't mean anything, Popularity contest is not what I'm involved in. I'm here for the breed. So when people are saying, I'm going to give you an award for being a big mouth and standing up for the breed and standing up for the health and conformation and trying to do the right thing, that's a pat on the back that I'll take. But most of the people who are affiliated with the registries, it's just a show. We've seen dogs in the legend class that didn't deserve to be in the legend class, and we've seen a lot of nonsense. You know what I mean? So overall, I don't take it with any kind of hurt feelings or anything. What's going on, Rich? But I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just like not having champions. Forever I've been getting called out to show Mandela. For what? Mandela could champ out in his sleep, but for what? For him to champ out against dogs that, in my opinion, don't belong in the same category as him. And by judges who have picked dogs who are very, very, very inadequate for the breed. I mean, all of it's at a certain point in time, these ribbons don't mean nothing. These accolades don't mean anything. And, it's just not where the concern is at. A championship ring is only worth something if you're a champion. Hey, lady, I see you. If I could do those eyes, I'd do it right back at you. But, at the end of the day, it's about doing the right thing. Who cares about the, I know that's what you was talking about. Who cares about accolades, that's not what it's about. What's going on, Ruben? I'm over here, I got your drink over here. But who cares about the accolades, Who cares about, I got something coming, big money. You just want to do it the right way. You want to do this thing the right way, man. If we can't step up our game and do the things the right way, it doesn't matter. A trophy doesn't matter anymore. We have a wrecked breed that's all broken up and all dying very soon. So I don't care about that. And that leads me to where I'm at. What's up, Mr. Gomez? Our registry is in process right now, Travis. We will be done very, 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 very shortly. I'm getting good information now, so we ready to go. But Rachel Ogletree, and I will. Okay, for sure. Email me, man. She made this long post about everything that the ABKC is doing. And I think maybe it's me. Maybe I have a problem. Maybe I have a complex or something like that. What's going on, brother? That every time I hear the word negative, I feel like they're talking about me, or they're talking about Bobby, or they're talking about our page. But she said people jump on the negative bandwagon. And she proceeded to talk about all these things that the ABKC were doing, like not allowing certain traits that aren't a part of the bully breed, retraining the judges, doing this and doing that and doing this. And this is the part that bugs me about this whole thing. This is the part that really, really bugs me about this whole thing, and it's simple. We're dog lovers here. We know what we want. We know what we're trying to do. And I've never really been the person to attack these people personally. I don't get personally in their business. I've seen where people let out some personal things, but I talk dogs. So they have a problem with me saying exactly what she just said. Because like Caesar just said, man, how many times have we heard these people say that they're doing things to fix stuff? That they're doing things to do this and they're doing things to do that. So basically, listen to this. You're doing things to not allow certain characteristics. You're retraining the judges for the 5th time in 5 years and doing harder certification. You're doing all of these changes. So what you're telling me, Rachel, and what you're telling the rest of the community that everybody wants to call negative when we speak out on it, is that you're fixing the things that the community is complaining about, that I've been complaining about, or you say you're fixing these things. But it's funny. It's funny how when you put up a long post, you want a pat on the back for doing what should have already been done. That's it. Because what we talk about on this show, what I talk about in Bully Rants, is the truth of the matter is this is what everybody's been saying they wanted to see forever. It's better results. Hey, Esther, how you doing, lady? That's all it comes down to. But y'all keep talking this. But at the end of the day, look at the dogs. You say we're retraining. We're not allowing certain characteristics. What characteristics might that be? Because this year's European Nationals champion, and he's the Nationals champion for this year, is Rocco. And I'm telling you, if you put ears on him, he looks exactly like an American Bulldog. Exactly like an American Bulldog. So with that being said, with him, being that, I had to take that hat off. I actually just came from the gym, so I'm still hot. But with his characteristics, including a high rear and a kinked tail, and non-desirable circular eyes, which is not a flaw, but it's not desirable, feet issues and everything else. You know what I mean? Hey, just inbox me or something like that, because it's different litters, Izzy. But or you can email me too. Either way, it works out. But at the same time, we see the dogs being drug around the ring, and these are all the things I talked about. But every year, these people turn around and they tell you that we're negative for speaking on it. Oh, the negativity train. You're on the negativity train. And the truth of the matter is, I've told y'all about this a million times. A million times. I don't know what the hell just happened to Bobby. He's pacing. He's ready to go off. But I've told y'all about this a million times. And the fact of the matter is what always happens, and what always will continue to happen is very, very simple. These people can tell you how to think, what to do everything wrong. Email me, Brian. And then if anybody else says anything about it, they tell you that it's negative. But at the same time, when they're doing all these negative things and they're telling you that they're going to fix it, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Have y'all ever noticed that they've never said that they've done anything wrong? They always tell you that they have a solution, but they never tell you what was wrong or what went wrong or why we're fixing anything. But if anybody speaks on them and these other things, they not quite, Robert. They tell you that they're negative. If you talk about my email is Hall of Fame Pits 3600@gmail.com, or my phone number is 727-744-0963. I think it's working now, but at the end of the day, it's just like this. They want to basically tell you how to think. They want to tell you how to how to see. They don't want you to have an opinion about anything. And this is why the breed is like it is. The only time they speak about health and everything else is when we make the biggest issue about health issues, about confirmation. Then they have a lot to say, but they're never saying that we've ever did anything wrong. They've never addressed the Mr. Bean situation. They've never addressed some of these other train wreck dogs. They've never addressed the Rocco situation, which is a situation because he does not fit the breed. They don't address these situations. What they do is they pacify you by telling you, oh yes, why don't you pat us on the back for fixing what we fucked up? That's what you're saying, Rachel. You're saying you want a pat on the back. You want to be elevated to a new level because you want to be congratulated because y'all are jumping into the dirt pile that y'all created. And once again, y'all saying that y'all gonna fix this, but I will remind y'all, if you look back through the Blog Talk station and go back and bully rant for the Dave Wilson show, he said this 3 years ago that they were retraining the judges and they were cleaning things up to make the breed healthier and more conformationally correct. So that's the same pile of shit that actually got bigger, that now you're once again wanting us to pat you on the back for, to say that you cleaned up. You've never cleaned up anything. No one's going to pat you on the back for saying that you're going to fix these things. No one is going to give you any love for saying that you want to fix these things, because the only thing that matters is the action of making these dogs better. That's it. The action of making these dogs better will continuously speak for itself, and the action of making these dogs worse has been speaking for itself. See, it comes a point in time, Dave has been full of shit for a while, and it's the same story. It becomes a point in time now where you have to stop trying to shame people. Christina, I think some of the judges need to be dismissed. I like some of them, but some of them are terrible. But you have to just stop telling your public and your customers and the people that love you and they come support you that they're stupid. Because when people point out that a dog with a high rear, or a dog that we have seen, and I'm always going to bring this up, his owner walked from outside the ring and pulled the dog around, literally dragged the dog around the ring, and everybody else's whose dog performed stood idly by while you gave this dog a first place ribbon. These people are not wrong. I would say that 1,000,000 times over. These people are not wrong at all. It comes a point in time where accountability has to come in and be counted for a lot, And let me see, I'm going to see if I can get Bobby in on this one. And y'all should be able to hear him on YouTube. I'm going to turn up the volume. It's up high. So we should be able to hear Bobby in a minute. You there?
Yeah.
All right.
We can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep doing your thing.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch sides with these two things, because this side will have the microphone a little bit closer.
I'm in Parker. Hey y'all.
But yeah, I'm just going on about the the usual Jedi mind trick that is the ABKC.
Yeah.
After a while, it's crazy. To me, it's absolutely crazy.
And here's the thing that you touched on. What's up, Joe? That I think is great. And I think a lot of people get misconstrued. And yes, I do go off on a tangent about the ABKC as a whole because of who represents us. But I've seen Christina's comments and a couple other people's comments that I actually agree with. And I think the biggest misconception is that people don't realize I still have friends over there, just like you do. You know who we talking about. We ain't got to put them under the bus. Yeah. I get a lot of my user submits from people in the ABKC.
Absolutely.
Every day. And my only issue is with Rachel, which wasn't personal. I don't give a damn what they do in their private life. I could care less.
Yeah.
It was that. Why are these people who won't judge just a few years ago, won't involve with the ABKC until just a few years ago, like you said, T, they want to pat on the back just like a Walmart shopper does for doing their job. Shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
The shit that T made a valid point the other day, and don't nobody even caught on it. It's not T's place to be speaking on this shit. It's the leader. It's not Rachel's position to be speaking on this shit. Why ain't Dave talking about dogs? Why ain't he talking about dogs? Why ain't he talking about the ABKC? Not Christina Maxwell and all the other good people over at the ABKC, because what he does is a reflection on them.
Oh, absolutely.
Or don't do. Well, it's just like right now, if I go out here and I catch a case with a Hall of Fame or D-line shirt on, that's a reflection on you. And they fire motherfuckers for shit like that.
And YouTube, they I just got a message that said I'm big as fuck. I should be the face of the bully world, not Dave. I'm a bully now, huh? I'm losing. I'm losing weight. I just had a couple of rice cakes and a damn protein.
You can be the Dave and I'll be the Cruz.
Oh shit. Y'all wait till y'all see the new improved skinny version of me. That's 220 pounds instead of 240.
I'm about to gain weight now too. I'm about to get back in my groove. I got some new roids that just came in.
Roids?
I got some shit that's going. Yeah, I got some shit that's going to help my dick so it don't go limp again. I'm good.
And y'all see exactly why. This is Bully Rant, so you can say whatever the hell you want to, and it's man, back to yeah, exactly. I'm just all I can see is smiley faces and okay, you know.
I lost a lot of weight because of stress.
That Viagra. I
got some extents too. I got the hookup.
The extents. He got the extent. Now look, y'all see where this conversation has went.
This week because of that shit. 4 minutes because of that extent. Not the normal 2 minutes.
Bro, don't nobody want to hear about like you that. In there doing your jackrabbit thing. Back to the dogs. Oh, but before we leave this, a cool little, I mean, it wasn't cool, but it was crazy. Like 65-year-old woman at the gym today asked me, do I think that I could pick her up?
What?
She asked me, do I think I could pick her up?
What?
She was like 65. No, I don't know what the hell she meant, but that's not a normal question when somebody just walk up to you and ask you, can you pick them up? She was on some freaky shit. I know she was, because it's just not a normal question. And she smiled at me, too. It was like the most weird feeling ever.
Wanted the D-line.
Oh, man. Look, I'm not messing. You know what?
I'm sorry. Y'all had a serious conversation. I came along and fucked it up.
Oh, man. And then I got, you know what? I'm looking at the page. It's this beautiful lady up in the Midwest that keeps laughing at you. Then we got Jesus saying stuff over here. It's a good night. Yeah, she did want something, though. I'm not going to, man.
D-line.
Yeah, she wanted the real D-line. Let me turn my hat back around for our conversation can get serious again. Now, man, wow. I need only you can get me stuck. But yeah, as I was saying about these crazy ass people is that, you know, you have to get back. Man, y'all stop putting them damn smiley faces because they go Lisa. That's I keep thinking about that crazy ass. But Dwight, I agree with you. You know, the bully game is out of control. It's all about money. I think that when we get to a point that everything is about money, you know, we definitely lose our way. You know, I don't think that it's been a time that I've done a breeding or I wanted to do a breeding or anything like that it was based off of money. You know, it always was based off of the creation of a better dog. You know, and I've told y'all about times where I've lost a great deal of money by fixing dogs. You know. That's Bobby Deans. Yeah, that's Bobby Deans that's talking. I'm talking to YouTube over here. But you know, I mean, it's no other way to say it that they really have sold the breed out, and it's sad, and it's scary in a lot of ways. You know, because somebody asked me a good question earlier. how long did I think the breed could last? You know, I really don't think the breed can last another 5 years at this rate. Bobby is over here showing his little pills that she. You know what?
It's good to keep the yang up.
You know what? Okay. Since he keep he keep doing this stuff talking about his yang and yeah. Ed Valencia said, "What's up, Bobby? Shout out to you." Now check it out. Okay, I'm gonna before Bobby keep talking about this shit.
I'm gonna stop.
So no, I give y'all a little bit of knowledge on this. If y'all, you know, most of y'all know I do supplementations and shit. That's my new business. But ladies, it works too. Arginine, and L-carnitine. Now we didn't win all off dogs, but if you want to make your sex life better, you add those two things to your diet. Arginine greatly it increases the blood flow. Originally, what they found out about it, it was for women. It was to help women who couldn't have climaxes. So the increased blood flow to those areas would help them have climaxes. But then later on, they found out that the increased said this is a real conversation. The increased blood flow to men had the same effect, that you would be and y'all can have a good night. So if you ever are feeling a little bit lazy or you just want to boost, you get you some L-carnitine, some arginine, and if you really want to have a freaky night, well, taurine. But now taurine is in a lot of arginine supplements. We lost Bobby. He'll be back. But yeah, man, here we go. Jesus up here talking about pumps and shit. Now we didn't went too far. Yeah, this is D-Line After Dark for real. But yeah, I mean, horny goat weed to get you together too. Yeah, horny goat weed to get you together. I actually use horny goat weed I use all that on the dogs. But horny goat weed, if I get a male who don't want to act right, you know, sometimes you get the males that act a little scary. You give them a couple of them horny goat weeds and an arginine, and that baby humped a rock. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now they arguing about whether a penis pump work. We back to dogs, man.
This pump don't work. I tried that. I didn't need it, but it didn't work.
Dude.
That's a gimmick. Just get a midget to hang on your shit. It worked for me.
Y'all see what
inches on my shit overnight.
Okay, YouTube. Y'all see what y'all miss on. He talking about midgets.
Alright, I'm done. I don't want to give up all my tricks.
Man, I tell you what.
That other shit'll make you ready to bang a catcher's mitt.
Yeah,
trust me, I know.
Yeah, that stuff is that's yeah.
Potent.
Yeah. It also works good in the gym if you need extra energy. That's what I take it for.
Yeah, man, you gotta have that endurance.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to experiment on, so.
I tried.
He said, I tried. You sent me the results.
I tried.
But yeah, man, we gonna get back these damn dogs.
They're good dogs.
But you know, our biggest problem is identity in this breed, man. You know, and like you said, the biggest thing that we run across, man, is that most people don't know what this breed is, and look, they still putting in stuff. The Yohimbe root, yeah, that works too. Yeah, you can chew on that, yeah, but you know, now they say you need to be a sex therapist. Bobby would be the worst sex therapist ever. Ever.
Yeah.
No, the registry is actually in its process, and it's starting to move along. Actually, I'm happy. A lot of, you know, for everybody wondering what's the more of a hold up, the thing is getting built from the ground up. The whole entire thing is getting built from the ground up. So it was a lot of work. Not the work that I had to do, but when you see the site, it's not your normal website. It's a lot of other details. It's phone apps. It's a lot of different stuff that goes along with this thing. So it was a lot of extra work. It was a lot of my thinking as to what I wanted, but I had to get an expert. And thanks to my homie Nate, we was able to make that happen. And a lot of it's just time. When you building something big, it takes a little bit of time. And the main thing we don't want to do is we don't want to get in there and we don't want to do it wrong and have to start changing shit. When we hit the ground, we want to hit the ground running and being able to do the right things and get our community going more so than anything. And that goes back to what Bobby was saying, even with the dogs. We don't want to, what am I sipping on? Coquito. Brought to you by Ruben.
Thanks to Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben sent me mine too, man. So
I'm going to drink that whole shit and then go live.
That's what I told him you're going to do too. You better not drink that. That got a kick to it.
That's right here. I ain't never had it yet.
I tell you the truth, Dwight. I'm gonna tell you, Dave never liked Little Ro. That was the craziest thing. I don't know if you remember that, Dwight, but he never liked Little Ro. I'm gonna tell you who really started the Little Ro. Mike. Yeah, Coquito with rum. Yeah. Mike from Devil's Den was the one who really started pushing Little Ro. I don't know if y'all remember this, but nobody seen Little Ro until he was on Mike's site. Mike started promoting him.
Mm-hmm.
Mike started promoting because Little Ro. I remember Dave used to always call him the mascot. Dave was like, "Oh, he's just a little mascot. He's not a real bully."
Yep.
Mike fell in love with him, and Mike wanted to do some things with him. And if y'all don't remember, back in the day, Mike was probably out of every EE member, Mike was the one who had a banging website. Because he used to do the girls and stuff with all the models, half naked models, posing,
one?
Yeah, he had some fine ones. So his promotion and Little Ro jumping on his page. I mean, to be honest, if y'all want to talk about where the origins of the pocket might even begin, that might have been the first part of the craze with the pocket is Mike actually having the vision.
I agree with that.
Because what most people don't realize is Little Ro actually sat around. People didn't know him. If y'all ever noticed, you don't see young pictures of Ro. You don't see pictures of Little Ro at 1 year old, not even 2 years old. Little Ro actually got sort of popular. Richie Poe, yeah, I was at that Orlando show. He got popular. He was already like 4 to 5 years old. He wasn't no puppy. He had been around a long time, and they just thought he was cute. They looked at him more as a pet. Mike was the one that had the vision that's like, man, let's put this dude out here. You know what I mean? It's off the hook. And when he did that with Little Ro, that shit went crazy. Before you know it, I'm talking about in the blink of an eye from Little Ro sitting in Dave's yard not doing anything. They was collecting $5,000 per stud within a year. And I remember this like yesterday. You remember when I had Ro, Bobby, and I had him and I dropped him off in Houston.
Best you ever looked, too. That's the best you ever looked.
Oh, yeah, I worked the shit out of Ro. He was up there in that snow. Me and him was getting it in, man.
He ever looked. Was when you had him. That was the best he ever looked. Most of the pictures that people used of him was when you had him.
Yeah, he was. I got him up to 73, 74 pounds.
He looked like he's about 90 back then.
But that dude, man, I dropped him off with Cruz and them, right? So the next time when we hit Houston, it was about 3 or 4 months later, man. Cruz told me, yeah, that's all he had. That's all he had left off of Cairo for sure, Dwight. But Cruz told me, he said, man, I was like, well, what's up with Ro? I was like, why is his weight down? Man, the dog had got so popular during the promotion phase. It wasn't even picture. Man, he bred that dog. He told me straight up like this. He said, homie, we just did $250,000 in breedings off this dog.
Yeah, he was getting more ass than Will Chamberlain.
250,000. So now we talking about a 3-month span where a dog they made $250,000 off this dog in a 3-month span at $5,000 a pop. Of course he was gonna drop weight, but it was hysteria with Little Ro. Little Ro is the only dog. Ro is the only dog that never was in a movie and went to Hollywood to a 5-star hotel that dogs wasn't allowed, and they had his ass sitting poolside with sunglasses on. They still got the pictures of that shit. He was that popular. He was that popular that I forget which hotel that was. Dogs wasn't even allowed. and Ro was sitting poolside with some sunglasses around.
Yeah, he had one testicle, Brandon. Yes, one.
Yeah, one testicle, and like the White said,
No, he needs one.
He was passed around forever. Yeah, Little Ro's whole legacy come with one ball. He had one testicle that whole time. He never had no more than one testicle. Never had no more than one testicle. And I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy is
I got three.
He lived, and they keep saying he's still alive. I don't know about that, but regardless, he lived to be about 14 or 15 if he ain't still alive. He never had the other testicle removed.
Nope.
They always tell you that if that other testicle is in there, that it's gonna cause cancer and you're gonna die. That dog never even had that one testicle.
Drop, yeah,
if it don't drop, they were saying go remove it. Little Ro never had that testicle removed, and he created that whole legacy off that one little raggedy ass ball. He turned it up.
Yeah, he got it in too.
Yeah. I mean, he did his thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was collecting.
I agree with you. I think Mike is the one that pushed him over the top and really start that pocket picture. And his marketing was second to none. A lot of people don't remember it. It was really Mike that set all these pictures off. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Nobody taking great pictures of this shit until Mike did it.
Yeah, I'm reading one of these questions. Oh no. The registry is for all American bullies. Let me because I'm getting the question, is it only for D-line dogs? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even consider D-line a bloodline. You know, we just a group of crazy ass people. I'll explain it good for you. I can do it in like 5 minutes. Some of the features that we'll have. There's in our breeds we have the Rottweiler. We have the other basic breeds, which the Rottweiler is our wild card guy to set the tone as far as conformation and professionalism. Yeah. We'll have the Bull Terrier, we'll have the Pit Bull, we'll have the Amstaff, the American Bully, the Shorty Bull. Now our French Bulldogs and our English Bulldogs will actually be called another name because we are going to allow some of the other colors that those registries that made that name don't allow, so we don't want to disrespect them by using their name and changing all the stuff that they worked hard for. That's just out of respect. You know, they'll still technically be English and French Bulldogs, but we're going to allow some things that happen in our community, so we're not going to disrespect the name, but it'll be similar to that name. But you know, we'll also be doing lure coursing. We'll also be we're bringing in the Schutzen contest. You know, obedience. We're putting in the obedience program, and those all the contests that are outside of confirmation, those are open breeds. So if you got a mutt at home, or if you got a dog with no paperwork at home, but that dog can work, or that dog can do the agility things, you can come in and get a single registration just for that. We're not doing single registrations for confirmation, but for all the agility and especially the obedience confirmation, all that good stuff. Yeah, you can come in. So it's just like any other registry, but we doing a little bit of everything and just trying to bring a lot of people into the community. It definitely won't be just for a certain type of dog. Our main goal is that's why we have so many physical things, because we want to promote, you know, that element in our dogs, more movement, more healthy dogs, you know, and also reaching out to other communities that don't deal with us right now because they look at us as a train wreck community. You know, I believe if we start doing more of the lure coursing and different things like that, even though our dogs are massive and might not win against those small, fast dogs, at least bringing other people into the community, it help us out to spread what our breed is really about. You know, so yeah, that's hopefully I answered that without going too long, but we definitely gonna open it up to all dogs, you know, and we're gonna have a lot of fun shows and stuff too.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
I'm getting there.
How
many classes would the American Bully have over at that registry you doing?
3. The American Bully only has 3 classes.
Thank you. Standard, pocket, and Excel. That's it.
There's no classic class. If your dog is a classic, it should show in Pit Bull.
Thank you.
Now, and the main reason is, it was always an argument about the classic and the standard from the very start of this thing. What's going on, Jesse? And the biggest argument was, why would you have 2 dogs under the same breed that have the exact same height? it made it it made it too confusing and too conflicting. Either it's an American Bully or it's an American Pit Bull Terrier. If it's too bully to be an American Pit Bull Terrier, it is an American Bully. Now, it might be an insufficient American Bully, but also in that class, your dog shouldn't be. Your dog should be judged on the frame. A lot of people think it's about girth. No, I've seen some beautiful American Bullies that are wide, have decent chest drop and everything. They're just a lot more shredded, so they don't carry as much mass. But if they got the chest width, the proper head, and the proper and the proper wideness in the rear end, more than likely they compete at the American Bully level. You can't base it all off of weight. That's why we get these fat ass dogs.
Yep. T.
Yo.
What's your thoughts on the ABKC #1 dog, Bear?
Well, from what I see, he looks like a solid dog, but I haven't seen him in person. You know,
Me neither, I ain't seen him in person.
And
he looks solid though.
He looks solid on everything I've seen. Bear, he looks impressive, but I need to. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I've seen dogs on video that I liked, and once I seen them in person, that whole thing changed. Even video sometimes can lie to you.
I like him from what I've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like a strong dog. I don't know. You know, I don't know if he wins it all. I don't know what's gonna go on at this Nationals. But
here's the thing with the people saying maybe
I think
keep
so,
the classic
Christina.
class. I disagree with keeping the classic class, and the reason why I don't know about T. Well, I know about T, but I'm speaking on me. I know how T feels because we feel the same way on it. Is that the classic class more resembles a terrier? We're breeding bullies.
Yeah.
Same thing. We're not breeding bulldogs. That's why they should have never had an extreme class. They're already extreme. The only thing that they need to have is a pocket, a standard, and an XL. And the only difference should be height. That's it.
Yeah, because you know what? And I think it messed up the aesthetics too. And what I mean by that, and some of y'all understand this perfectly, so don't y'all think I'm talking to y'all like y'all stupid. But you know, we got a lot of people who are new to this that want to learn a little bit. What I mean by aesthetics is this: we'll compare bodybuilders. I'll even talk about myself in this thing. Currently, I mean my biggest weight. Well, I know you a pocket. It's cool. But like now I'm down to about 228, 229. My heaviest weight is in the 240s. The thing of it is ultimately when I get all the way down, and I'm not a bodybuilder, I just do this stuff to myself for fun. But ultimately when I get down, I'll be right around 210 pounds. And it's weird, but I'll look in many ways bigger than I did 25 pounds heavier because the waistline shrinks. You know, I'm a lot more cut up, and the frame and all the muscle bellies is just as big. So you know,
you're bigger in person though.
Huh?
You're bigger in person.
Oh yeah, everybody say that I'm bigger in person. But you know, it has to be the same thing with the dogs. If y'all have ever seen a dog, I think Kamali is the best example of that. Kamali could have very well been 100-pound dog. He was very, very muscular, huge, but Pratt let him run all that land, and he stayed in shape. He could have very easily put on another 8 or 9 pounds and topped off at 100, but it was beautiful the way he was built because you're talking about a 90-pound dog that's not excessively tall, and you could still see his rib cage. And when he stacked, he actually had to tuck, you know, that his waistline came in like a V, like a person's do, and then his rear end flared back out. That's aesthetics. Those are the lines that you're looking for. Now, some of these dogs, they resemble more of a potbelly pig, to where everything is just the same thing all the way back, too much in the belly area.
Brought that up. Y'all know, you know about evolution, T, when they talk about it. So I'm glad you talked about Kamali, and what you said I 100% agree with. He could have easily been a 100-pound dog.
Rolando.
When we walked away, this should go to show you how things have changed. The prototype at the time was Denzel for the pocket, Kamali for the standard, and Hannibal for the XL.
Yeah, Hannibal was bad.
What the fuck happened?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, one of the things that happened more so than anything is a lack of leadership. I'm gonna tell you like this. Throughout the history of the American Bully, No one has ever said no to anything. I remember when what's his name, Corrupt. I remember when Corrupt came along. You know what I mean? And when Corrupt came along, everybody disagreed with Corrupt because his look was too overdone. He was too wide, which I agreed with.
I didn't. But you're right.
But they accepted him. You know, later on we talked about it. Miyagi was an issue. You know, they later on accepted Miyagi blood into the thing. You know, Dax was obviously not what you would look for in an American bully at that time, but they made a whole class for Dax. You know, Bullseye was kicked out immediately because he looks like an English bulldog with a cropped ear, but they allowed his blood in on the flip side. So at what point can anybody tell me that the ABKC has said enough is enough on anything and stuck to it? This is why the breed is so confusing. They've never stuck to anything. If it's popular, if it can make a buck, if they have people pushing for this, they always give in some kind of way, and it's always some slick way. It's always a way to keep the business in the door, but you sacrifice the integrity of the breed.
More money.
Yeah,
more money.
Yeah,
$20 adds up quick.
You know, it's always a way to make more money, and that's the sad part that
selling doves on the corner.
Yeah, selling
doves on the corner.
I mean,
that shit adds up.
I mean, I don't know how many of y'all know this, but even Rocco, you know, it's obvious with some traits, but Rocco's grandmother is an exotic.
Exotic.
Go to Bullypedia. Look him up. His grandmother is an exotic. She's advertised as an exotic. They've never said anything negative about this. They've never put a stop to it. And that's the thing. No matter how many speeches their judges or their president or anybody gives, your words mean nothing if you continue this behavior to allow anything. You know what?
Got another question for you, T. Keep going. I just got another question for you when you're done.
You know, at what point is enough, man? I mean, nobody can. You know, I've called Dave out several times. Dwight said, "Which Hannibal?" I've called the
one that Lenny had. The one that Lenny had.
Yeah, Lance Hannibal. Yeah, Lance Hannibal. Okay. Now, yeah, I mean,
bad motherfucker too.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. But they've never ever stuck to anything. And I've asked Dave about not Rocco, but I've asked him about Mr. Bean several times, and they always duck that question. They always duck how this dog is allowed to do everything that he wants to do, and never have any kind of repercussions. You know, why is this not kicked out? Why is this not banned? Not only was it not banned, it was actually promoted. That's the saddest part about it. The thing was actually promoted to Grand Champion. And actually, when all of the best Grand Champions showed up at Nationals, he actually advanced and became a threat to win the whole damn show.
Well, here's the thing, T. Like I said, me and you've talked about plenty of times, 100 times. And then I'm going to get to this one question that people are asking you about your registry. The registry's first purpose is supposed to be integrity of papers. But actually, second. The first priority is supposed to be integrity of the breed. So since the breeders ain't controlling breeds and they're going to breed whatever the fuck they want, it's up to the registries to do that. They'd be like, no, I don't want that. No, you ain't going to breed that dog 30 times this year. No, that female ain't going to have more than 5 litters. They don't do that because it's going to slow down money. You know this.
Yeah.
You know this.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll answer this question.
Here's the question, T. They want to know, is your registry going to allow... We're asking for it. Because some of them classes only had 1 or 2 dogs on them.
All right. YouTube is back.
Registering them and showing them are 2 different things. I'm not saying, T's not saying that he's not going to register them. You're talking about showing them. That's 2 totally different things.
And I would be even open to showing them. We just have to have this is what I don't want. I'm going to tell y'all this. This is what I don't want. And I'm sorry about that, YouTube. What happened is that's the bootleg phone. For whatever reason, it wants to overheat when it wants to overheat. So I got to sit it on the back of broccoli, so hopefully that keeps it cool enough. But funny, but I just don't know. No Miyagi at all. No Miyagi, no Bullseye. Those are the 2 dogs that are banned right off top. But I'm gonna tell you, the Pacific Bulldog is the same thing. I love these breeds. One of my original breeds was an Alapaha. You know. I rocked with them for years, but this is the question. Will we be able to have shows with 25 of these dogs in one show?
No.
Because if we can't have a show where we bring in 25 of these dogs, then no, definitely no Miyagi. Then if we can't have classes that are big, I don't want people trying to, coming to our shows and having 2 and 3 dog classes and calling their dogs champions. That's the same shit that goes on at the ABKC. I want your dog to actually have a class. Are you serious? I want people to actually have a. That was a phone call, y'all. But I want people to actually have competition and get their money's worth and get their value out of what they're doing. You come and you support these registries, make sure that you're getting your value, And it's no value in having 1 or 2, 3 dog shows. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this right now. Mr. Bean's blood is not banned, but this is the way we look at that, Andrew. Can they produce a clean enough dog to win in our ring? If you can produce a clean enough dog to win in the ring, of course, go ahead. But this is, out of all the dog men that I've talked to about building a breed, that's the thing they say is that stick strictly to your DNA and stick strictly to your conformation. No, and no, we're not allowing people to. Robert, you don't even got to worry about that, brother. I'm gonna get in touch with you. I've been getting killed here, but you don't got to worry about that. You got more than enough credentials, But generally, the real process, you know what? The true process of it originally, and we haven't even started the second process, and we'll be trying to get more people like yourself, Robert. But a lot of the people that I've contacted are already judges one way or the other, and we'll have a lot of other breed judges coming in. Robert, you probably know Jack Ireland, and I've talked with him several times, and he's told me he's open and he can get me some guys. I want guys who are not connected to our community that much. I want guys with a ton of knowledge. Yeah. Well, not only not just corrupt, but that's just like Robert. Robert has a wealth of knowledge from other breeds also. Outside of the American Bully, we need knowledge outside of this weird ass American Bully knowledge that we have, because what we have going on in the American Bully is a bunch of nonsense. And we need to make it, we need to do it, we need to do it the right way, man. And the right way starts a lot of times with outsourcing and looking at people who have credentials to help us outsource, I talked to Robert Lee, but me and Robert Lee didn't talk about judging, so, but the one thing about our judges is we will take a strong look and we'll have a panel and make sure that these judges believe in what we believe in. Because belief is a lot, Belief is a lot. When you can judge a person on how to, you can see how a person is going to judge dogs before they judge them. If I look in your yard and you got a bunch of high rears and crazy ass dogs, I can't expect you to go to the ring and pick something differently. If you got a standard for picking high quality dogs, then you have to. Hey, Tony Gold, you hit it right on the head, man. Integrity. That's going to be the main thing. That's going to be the main thing. Yeah, Robert, I just, I want to try something different. And we, we getting closer, but I'm going to be tapping into guys like you and figuring out the way. Tony Gold, we got to, I want this to be more of a community thing to where you got guys that I know are adamant about trying to make something better. Bobby, it's something coming off that's like a lot of noise. But yeah, at the end of the day, we have to do better. Confirmation is almost everything. You have to have temperament too, but confirmation is big. And I'm not playing the thing that I'm a know-it-all. I just know where my heart is, and I know that I want to make something better. That's why as soon as my guy gives me the okay that we have something right there in front and we're ready to go, then you start reaching out to guys that I know guys that just ain't gonna take no shit. I know guys who care about their reputation. If you put some of these guys in the ring, they're not going to settle down and they're not going to destroy anything. And that's the main thing. Bobby. Can you hear me?
Hold on, the thing is locked up. Hold on. This thing is freezing up, man. Not me. They messaging me. Hold on.
But yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it might have been your TV. It's hitting a lot of feedback. Okay. But yeah, you know, our main thing, yeah, Bobby with that damn Wi-Fi. But you know, our main thing is just to make this shit real. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to a lot of different things. But our main thing is to make it real, man. To make it something that everybody can enjoy themselves and everybody feels like that they have a fair chance. Yeah, Bobby's porno went loud. Yeah, your TV was sounding crazy. Nah, man, that's alcohol, D-Thing. That's alcohol. He said I'm drinking milk replacer. I got my vitamin water and stuff over here. Well, I'll tell you what, the oldies are not a problem for me, but this is the thing. Everybody I talk to about the oldies is this. If we're going to build an oldie community, we need a real oldie community. You know, and I reach out. I'm gonna talk to you, Drew, but I'm not against these dogs. My thing is we have enough room to put it in. Right now, the way that the thing is put up, that it already can hold up to 15 breeds already. You know, but it's some other stuff that go along with it, some cool features that y'all see that go along with each breed that makes it better. But we just have to make sure that it's a real breed. And what I mean by real breed is bring them out. I want 10 to 15 at least at every show. I hate those classes where we start seeing a whole bunch of empty classes. That's not the way things should be run. If we don't have the right interest in the breed, then we shouldn't be doing it. XLs for sure. But it's no problem, fellas. We can add the oldie. Y'all gonna have to come out. You know, and I get, y'all gonna have to come out. Y'all want that oldie? Y'all cried about the oldie? We can add the oldie, but y'all bring them out. You know, that's the thing. Bring them out. You know, like I'll tell y'all the process like this. When I start calling for Rottweiler breeders, they start linking me to other Rottweiler breeders. Our Rottweiler community is already sort of taking it as a challenge. The people that I talk to overtake the American Bully in the show ring, and I'm not talking about just. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not just. I'm not. Yeah, they'll be on point, but I'm not just talking about overtake us in the sense of they bringing in better dogs. They literally want to have more dogs than us in the building, you know, because if y'all know Rottweilers, a lot of Rottweiler people are in clubs, so they want to roll deep. But I'm down for it because I think competition is what's going to elevate what we do, man. That's the only reason why the Rottweiler is here. I love Rotties, but I feel like it's the breed that's closest, that's not a bully, that everybody in our community sort of relates to. If you like pit bulls, if you like bullies, you like, okay, the Rottweiler is cool too, you know. It's that sort of deal most of the time. But they're going to bring it, you know, and I hope we can beat them. But, hey. Okay, a question about showing under a judge personally. We are working on that, but I'm going to tell you the truth, man.
Okay.
When you have friends and different stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, that's judging, and we're going to figure out, oh shit, not the dabble dashins, but we're going to figure out what's the limits as to far as connections to people to show that's not a conflict of interest. We for sure know if you're a judge, your kennel partner can't show under you. You know, that's not going to happen.
No.
Your kennel partner cannot show under you. Yeah, we can't have that. We cannot have that. For two, what we know is that anybody that you've done business with, if you're buying studs off this person, if you're buying puppies off this person, do not show under this person. We're going to instruct our judges that if they know of people that they've done business with and they're coming into the ring, it's unethical. Money has exchanged hands here, people. Sit this one out and wait for the next judge. It's just about keeping it fair. It's not to call you a cheater, but it's just about keeping everything above board right up front.
It's helping you out too, because in that way people can't say it's rigged.
Yeah, they can't. You know, you it's just the the ribbons are not that serious to where you just have to show under somebody. You know, you can sit out. You can sit out a show if that's your homie in there. Take pictures for him. You know, do the right thing. Exactly, Robert. Do the right thing and be ethical, man. You know, do the right thing and be ethical because y'all. This is different. For those who don't know, or haven't caught on to Dave Wilson and the ABKC, for years, the ABKC was actually built on the premise. Yeah, you can't show under J Hops, Dwight. You can't show under J Hops. But if y'all ever notice when Dave talks about the UKC and the AKC, he talks about them like they're the enemy. You know, he talks about them like they're the enemy, like they really crushed us. You know, they came and they kicked me out, and I was there with my homies, and they just didn't want me there, and this is why I built this. This is why I built this community for us. You know, that goes right back to the art of war. You know, I'm very well versed in the art of war. Create a common enemy. So he wanted everybody to believe that the UKC hated us so much. They didn't hate us. They were following rules. Cats was bringing in 110-pound, 21-inch dogs. It didn't fit their standard. That's why they didn't want them there. It had nothing to do with guys being black or guys looking like they from the hood or not. That really wasn't the issue. The issue was we was bringing in these mammoth-ass dogs that didn't fit their standard, and people just didn't, you know, they wasn't having it. They was not going to destroy their breed because of what somebody else did. The reason that Dave carries on with this story is for one good reason. And somebody said I don't have the art of war. I think it's on his desk somewhere. I had to look. But the reason why he carries on with this story for, I think I have it for real. Somebody, I don't know. I was about to prove y'all wrong, but I don't know. Poop might have took my book, but it's up here somewhere. But
the book that he's talking about is ancient and it works. But if y'all want to go one that's more as far as modern, which goes with that, it's the same thing as the art of war. The 48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power, yeah.
It's manipulation 101.
But you know, the reason why he wanted that so badly is because you have to understand that if a person can keep you dumb, and I'm not saying that you're a dumb person, but I'm saying if they can keep you ignorant to the facts of a situation, they can control you a lot better. If we all were to venture over to the AKC more and do more things over there and see how dog shows are run, or even other more private dog clubs, and see this seriousness in which they take their dogs and the confirmation and the things that they don't allow, you don't realize how big of a circus you are a part of with what we're seeing over here at the ABKC sometimes. You know, when you see that no other registry, I don't think anywhere, and maybe Robert can help me with that, or I seen John log on. I've never heard of a registry allowing a dog that traditionally has a full tail to have a kink and be a champion or a grand champion. I've never heard of it. Maybe I'm wrong. And, you know, but I've never heard of a dog being able to have a kink and become a champion. You know, I mean, I've never heard of it, you know, but I mean, it's a lot of things that just aren't allowed. John Easterly said the ABKC, yeah, we know them, but there's a lot of things that just aren't allowed, you know. Hey, thanks a lot, James Williams. I appreciate it, brother.
They'll let a dog with 3 legs win.
They really will. And, you know, and it becomes to a point to where, you know, this is why the breed is destroyed, because our community, as it's built up, people see things going on and they feel like, okay, that's cool. And the sad part about this is not y'all think that everybody comes into the game and they knows everything about dogs. It's a lot of kids and it's a lot of people who haven't dealt with dogs, where they come and they're going to ask Bobby, and some of the questions they might ask Bobby, or they might ask myself or John, or, you know, whoever, are going to seem like stupid questions. But no question is stupid, you know, when you're seeking knowledge. And the thing of it is that there is no knowledge here. So what they are getting is that it's not a big deal if that dog's elbows are popped out. I've heard people say, yeah, you want the elbows sort of bowed. Where did you get that information from? You know, Oh yeah, all these dogs have breathing problems. It's not a big deal that they have breathing problems. Where did you get that information from? Oh, the rear is supposed to be a little bit high. It don't matter if the rear is. Where did you get that information from? And these are all things that I have heard. You know, these are all things that I've heard from people that I have to sort of school them on. Like, no, a breathing problem is a health issue, sir. All bullies don't breathe like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not normal. You know, but you have to tell these people that, because not only is it an issue, but it's really the poison. It's the poisoning of the breed, man. You know, it's a serious poisoning of the breed, and it's all through knowledge. All of this stuff that you see going on, the pulling of a dog around the ring, the pulling of the Dave will never come back on this show because he knows that the questioning is going to get a lot harder. I'm just going to, the elongated palate. You know, Dave would never come back on this show, and it's not a beef thing. It's not me and him at war with each other. It's not any of that. But at the end of the day, it's about dogs, and he doesn't want to step into the ring about dogs because he's got too many weak points right now.
I say if I do an interview with him, I'll wait for it to be in person.
Hey Ryan,
that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I think at this point, at this time, I think that an interview with anybody from over there is really ridiculous because you get the same rigmarole, you get the same excuses, and it's never about dogs. It's always they're the victim. Somebody's being negative towards them. Somebody has hated on them. Somebody has hurt their feelings.
We've been hearing since 2002.
You know, after a while, you have to stop this. You have to get back on point. You have to answer the questions to me. Why is these dogs being drug around the ring? Why are these dogs choking? Why are these rears high? Why are these tails kinked? Why, you know, does this dog look like an American bully with his ears cropped? Why did you renege on the fact that you said Miyagi blood would never be allowed and then you put it in, Bullseye blood would never be allowed, but now there's grand champions? Explain these things to me. Don't act like a victim. You have victimized many people with your lies and foolery to get them to spend their money under the belief that you were about the right thing and improving this breed, and yet and still you have not done any of those things. You are not the victim. You are the victimizer, Dave Wilson. And at some point in time, when you start answering these questions, people will believe what you say.
Come on, man.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Kind of marry a white woman first.
Exactly. It's not. You can send you can send Rachel and you first you sent Ty Lumley. Ty Lumley.
Have no business talking about it.
You know, I mean, the thing of it is, you sent Ty Lumley, and Ty Lumley. This tells you how badly fucked up your organization is, Dave, because you sent Ty.
For judging the national.
You got this guy judging nationals, and the very first thing that came out of his mouth when he was over there bouncing up and down on Khan's little pecker was that, oh yeah, we'll sacrifice confirmation for bulliness. What judge says that? But then y'all. But then you put him on. Then you let him do this interview and all with Big Kev and those guys, and all he did was contradict himself. Every time they asked him, did he know about something or did he remember somebody or was this or was that? Oh, I think I heard of it or this or that or the other. But then, oh yeah, confirmation comes first. You have to have great dogs. But what happened to confirmation over bulliness? See, what you proved to me once again, you never had to speak a word to me. You never had to say anything. You never had to come on this show. All you had to do is open your mouth. And you proved yourself, Ty Lumley, to be a fake, a fraud, a phony. You show dogs that show signs of dwarfism. But of course, if you can't even establish the very principle of confirmation over bulliness, then you don't even know that your dog has dwarfism while he's running around looking like a toad and you asking people to breed to this dog who should have his nuts chopped off. But see, now
he would be better off with Rachel judging that than Ty.
He would be better off with Rachel. He would be better off with Rachel judging it. She knows more about dogs than Ty. Ty's a podcast guy, and he's not very fucking good at that.
And no, he ain't.
You know,
his ass alive.
You know,
or you, or Gary, or Danny, or Chris.
The way he insults people is, oh yeah, you've got a 10-year-old dog. That is insulting. That I actually produced a dog that lived a decade.
He knows his does.
Yeah, Dave let a lot of guys down, Mr. Williams. It's just that simple.
John Easterly. Yep, he did. A whole community. You You said it best. Ain't nobody ever said Dave killed a dog. He killed a breed.
Killed a breed. Killed an entire breed. This is why. I tell y'all, and I'm telling y'all, hey, thank you, Ed. I tell y'all this, and I tell y'all this 100 million times over. When we step out there, we gonna have some fucking fun at these shows, man. We gonna step out here, man. Michelle crazy.
I know Michelle's fucking crazy, man.
But we gonna
like a female version of Michael Thomas.
Oh shit, that's a good combination. But you know, we gonna have some fun at these shows. We gonna bring the culture back, the culture that's been stripped. This American bully culture was never about making money, man. You had a group of guys that loved dog. Of course, we gonna be in H-Town, and we gonna turn up in H-Town. I gotta get in touch with Byron. I mean, everything that we do is gonna be a party that happens to have a dog show in it. That's how we do. We have a good time. We gonna bring back the element to where y'all can bring y'all kids out, and you know y'all kids gonna have a good time. Because I know personally every show that I throw,
I do. We did.
You know, you make sure that it's something for the kids. You make sure that it's burgers and hot dogs on the grill. You know, bags of chips. You know, juices. And especially when it's a barbecue, I know when we throw it, we don't charge for none of that shit. We get sponsors.
I eat it all.
Yeah. Hey, got a grill. Yeah. I mean, you got to, you know, some of these parks don't let you. Yeah, when y'all see me with y'all see me with that bottle of Pepsi, and y'all know I don't drink soda. Y'all know what's going on. But but it's all about getting back to the basics, man. It's all about getting us all back caught up. The first couple years of this registration is going to be about education. It'll be a ton of seminars. Y'all going to meet some people, man. I'm bringing in people. I want to bring in, you know, the guys that I mentioned earlier, Mr. Jack Ireland. I've actually reached out to several people who's been involved with Westminster one way or the other, and they're open for seminars and things like that. So it's gonna be more education. All I'm trying to do is beat these people. That's my reality. You know, hey, same here, Ray. That's my reality. I want to beat these people, man. I'm a competitor. You know, Dave lost that.
Speaking of which, we passed debatable. T's jump off is gonna jump off the bridge.
Killed my boo, man. Killed my boo. Taylor gone. Taylor handed in her little thing.
Yes, I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, she retired.
She's done.
Yeah, I got to get my vitamin drink. You know, but I mean, this is a community this is my vision for a community, is that we all have fun, but at the same time we thrive on competition, real competition. Nobody has to pay a judge. Nobody has to know anybody. Nobody has to kiss ass. Like I told y'all, if it's the little old lady that brings the baddest bully to the barbecue that day, we don't know where the hell she got that dog from, but she'll win. She don't got to know she doesn't have to know anybody. She'll win.
Yeah.
Damn, Christina.
He said he's making Kool-Aid.
That is not Kool-Aid. That is branch amino acids.
Hey, Kelly, we did that. We made that happen this weekend.
I'm trying to tell y'all, don't y'all laugh at my little drink. I did a 2-hour leg workout with heavy bag work, and my meal afterwards was a couple rice cakes and some protein. So I need those.
Now you really lying. He doing a Dave.
Nah, man. Trust me, I wish I was lying. Shit. I want to, you know, I want to.
What you squatting?
Huh?
What you squatting? Keep it 100.
Squat on max. I can still climb towards 7.
I got weak legs.
Yeah, I can.
I'm probably doing my legs, but you doing your back.
Yeah. Well, no, I mix my branch aminos in with the gallon of water. Well, half a gallon of water.
Take steroids.
Yeah, Bobby just on steroids.
Yeah, I just take steroids.
My arms are 20 inches, basically 20 1/4 inches.
Yeah, I can say that. They were 25 years ago.
Yeah, they 20. They still 20. I still got a little something. them my babies. I curl enough. Yeah, I still got 20s. I'm trying to hold 20s until poop get to being about 18. You know, boys get through them late teen years and think they get tough. So I want to hold on to my 20s in case I got to pop this little motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. And for the people that would keep talking about the banging weights, that ain't got nothing to do with your chilling.
Oh, nah, man. It's just, I'm not even going. No, Tony, I really don't squat heavy anymore either. I don't go over 315. A lot of my workouts, I do 315 for like 25 reps. I just go for the burn now because that squatting shit, man, it's rough on your spine. It's rough on everything, man. Hey, for sure, Drew. For sure.
I just go in the treadmill section.
I'm going to write it down. Yeah, I just want to be in shape now. I'm getting old, man. I ain't got time for that shit. And now Michelle is in the bathroom. But I mean.
Here we go, T. They show you have weight pulling it.
Yes. Definitely the weight pull. We want to go hard. Ed, you used to do Olympic lift? Damn. I ain't never lifted that heavy. But I've never really understood why more people don't bring in the weight pool. I think sometimes, every dog's not a show dog, and some dogs you give them purpose. You let them work. You let them work and do all them things. Damn, Ed, you a big dog. I just live for fun now. But it's the thing of just trying to make the dogs have a better all around characteristics. Every dog's not going to be in the ring. The ring is for elite lookers, And I think maybe if we had gave the other dogs a place to go, like, okay, your dog might not make it in the show ring, but why don't you try him out in the lure coursing or the obedience or the weight pull or, push those other events to give people something else to do to get ribbons. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, our ring is not going to be an easy place to get ribbons because we want our ribbons to mean something.
Yep. The champion title means something again.
Yeah, Tone, that's what I was scared of. I don't want to hurt nothing. Yeah, you have to have the champion title mean something, Like, you want to be proud of that shit, man. You don't want to have champion classes of 900 dogs coming in there, and then you break the dogs down, and you're like, okay, that dog has a high rear. Why? I mean, I told y'all this before, and I was not bullshitting, man. I remember at Nationals 2014, I looked at the champion class, and I could have literally dismissed 50 of the 75 dogs that was in the champion class right off top.
I believe that.
I could have dismissed them. I found reasons that they shouldn't have been champions, easily. And it drove me crazy. I'm like, Dave, what are y'all doing? And that's when Dave asked me, do you think we lack breed type? And I'm like, hell yeah, we lack breed type. We don't know what the breed is.
Good. I'm glad you brought that up because people have been asking that a lot, T. What is breed type for the people who don't understand what that means?
James, that'll be next month. I'll have that information, trust me. I'm going to tell you like this. I never believed in the term breed type. I always looked at the breed. The only breed type that I know of is the standard. I've often heard the term breed type used over and over again as an excuse to give a dog that might not have as good a conformation the win over a dog that has the better conformation. I've heard it used for that a lot. But when it comes to the actual term breed type, I don't even want to use that term because our breed type is what we say it is in the standard. It tells you everything that you need to know about the type of breed that this is. We don't need any excuses. We don't need any of this other bullshit. The breed type is written out for you. Everything is written out for you, down to the fact that we want tighter skin, down to the fact that, the top lines, tighter feet. These are all things that we are looking for our champions, No, absolutely, Andrew. It's always against the standard. I tell you like this, and John, and I think John is still on here if he hasn't logged off because I know he got to work. But
Yeah, I think he's going too.
But John will tell you, you never judge dogs against dogs. It's always against the standard. And if no dog in that ring meets the standard, then nobody gets a ribbon. It's that simple. Exactly, John. I'm glad you cleared that up because me and you very much on the same page. There's no such thing as a damn breed type. You always, but no. No, it's the standard. The breed type is the standard. The description of what the breed is supposed to be is the standard. I don't understand that term breed type all the time. That's some shit that Dave made up. I tell you, just like this, it's plain and simple. If your dog does not match the standard, you do not have whatever that breed is. If it's an English, if it's a Frenchie, if it's a Rottie, if it's a Bully, whatever it is, if your dog does not match the standard, you don't have that type of dog, and our judges will let you know that. And the best part about it is from one judge to the next, guess what? They'll probably all tell you the exact same thing.
Bro, what the fuck do you think about that Frenchie that was at? I know we talked about it, but go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah, we're gonna do all that shit, car shows and all that shit. We're gonna have fun with all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna tell you this. That Frenchie, first of all, it shouldn't have been allowed in the door. It shouldn't have been allowed in the door. It shouldn't have been allowed in the door. I think it is absolutely an atrocity. Embarrassing to our community once a fucking again that we would even have a picture of a dog that is that deformed and someone actually bring it. I mean, furthermore, this is the bigger problem. This is the mentality problem. Back in the day, if you had a dog that looked like that, you knew absolutely positively 100% not to bring his ass to a show and parade him around.
Thank you.
This is the second berserk. Oh, God. This is the second time.
The Frenchie berserk.
Yeah, this is the Frenchie berserk. This is the second time, though, because they had another one last time where his ass was up in the air. And you remember the one, the tan one that we posted a picture up a while back where his ass was up? Yeah, but they keep doing this. They keep doing it.
I'm getting two conflicting stories, T.
What's the story?
Well, actually, three.
What's the story?
People are telling me that he's chump. Some people are telling me he's not. Some people are telling me that it's a Miyagi offspring. Some people are saying it's Miyagi's dead. It's like, for real.
I highly doubt he's Miyagi's dad. Which Miyagi?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell y'all this, and this is my own thing, and this is what but actually, it's not anything new. I wrote this when I very first started thinking about a registry. If you host a show for us, that is one of the very first things that we warn you about, that we tell you about. Dogs like that are not allowed on the premises. We don't want those dogs to be representing our community at all. And I know some people are like, oh, that's mean because the dog. No. Leave him at home. And this is why I say this. The ABKC allowed some shit to go on, and now it's an epidemic. And the reason why it's an epidemic is because they keep on, which Miyagi, they keep on bringing these dogs out, and they say, oh, I'm not coming to show it, but you are coming to show it. You're not in the ring, but you're trying to get other people to look at this piece of shit, and you're trying to promote it on behest of the ABKC. Now, I'm in the arena. I'm gonna push my stuff off. Just like, you go to those shows and you got all these guys, holding up those little teacup things that can't breathe and rolling out that little piece of carpet and stacking them on tables and shit. No, that's not this type of party. You cannot honestly say that you're a registry that promotes health and the well-being of the animals, and you continue to go out and let shit like this happen in your show ring. It's just, even in your building. I don't want to call people who are serious about dogs. And you can imagine, because like I told y'all, I'm inviting people right now. I have people that are coming from Colombia to the States to come and do some of these shows next year, 2018. I have people coming from Panama. I have people coming from different places that are going to come here to show, and they're very serious about their dogs. I don't want them to walk in the building and see some shit like that. That's what because that's the lasting memory that they will have about us. And yes, we will. And yes, we will be in Idaho.
Association.
We'll find a way to get to Idaho. Somebody it's like the second person to ask me about Idaho. We got to get to Idaho.
Yeah, I ain't never. Is there a show ever been held out in Idaho?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, Tommy. It's always got to be a rep, and our reps are going to be very strict. In the sense of quality. You know, our reps are going to be probably the one looking over the show host's shoulder to make sure that those type of dogs aren't in, making sure that there's nobody smoking weed on the premises and walking around just smoking, at least without, you can't control everybody, but you can damn sure tell them to leave. You want to keep a certain quality. Our reps are more so like quality control. They have to do paperwork and stuff, but they're going to be looking for other things because if you're going to host a show for us, you have to show that respect that we're trying to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We're trying to make this in a family environment. So if there's things that are non-family going on, then it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed right now. Because I tell you, although you have the junior handler class, a lot of these shows I wouldn't take a junior nothing to. I wouldn't take a junior whopper to a lot of these shows, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just it's rough to see some of this nonsense. You don't teach the kids to go ass backwards. We here to do this shit.
To mention the environment of those shows. Come on, man.
Yeah, some of them are like a Snoop Dogg concert. Walking there and
ain't nothing wrong with that, but
that's not the place. You take that shit back to the hotel.
Go to a strip club. Ain't nothing wrong with none of that, but not at a dog show.
Yeah, and by the way, you can't put any women with bikinis on leashes and walk them around the event either.
As much as we would like to see that, just leave the dog.
I don't want to see it.
No, not a dog show.
Oh, Bobby, that old shit you into, man. Chains and whips and shit.
It's been a rough year. It's gotten better, but it's been a rough year for me.
Will I drug test a dog if asked?
Oh, shit. Well, that eliminates me.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Drug testing is hard to do.
Don't touch that one.
But if there is questions, I will ask it. I will request it. I will request it. And most times at a lot of our events, we'll know the veterinarians in the area because I always want the show host to try to invite different veterinarians just for people who don't have rabies tags and proper vaccinations. And that's going to be an issue. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. We're not going to argue about this thing. We are not going to argue about this thing. If the show host asks you to bring a copy of your dog's rabies certificates and proper vaccination, this is not an argument. The dog should be vaccinated if you're taking it out in the public amongst other people's animals. It's just that damn simple. Why in the world do y'all argue these things? Just bring your paper or, find one of those little mobile clinics and pay $25. They hit you with the rabies and the booster and you in there. But don't, it's for the safety of all the dogs, I mean, I see some of the stuff that y'all dogs shit out, and that is nasty. And
for real.
I mean,
they eat a chili dog and be looking at that shit, man. It be looking like pea soup.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm telling you, another thing that has to be done is bring your dog clean, man.
For real, man.
I've had a lot of judges tell me about that. Is that a lot of people don't wash their dogs before they enter the ring. Our judges are going to be very professional. If you can't clip your dog's nails and have the dog clean, well, damn, do you really deserve a ribbon? These are all things that this is about upholding our community to the same standard that other communities do. You can't take a dog into anywhere else and he's dirty and got long nails and get a ribbon. They won't even give you the third place ribbon. You might get asked to leave the ring. Richie Poe, I done seen that a lot, man. The McDonald's shit. Trying to stuff them to make them look fat. Dog, shit all over the ring. Shit, I mean, I seen one that had projectile diarrhea. That motherfucker was shooting that shit 15 feet. I said, wow. Wow. And then the dumbass gonna say it, though. He gonna say it.
Well, another thing, I'm glad you brought that up. Motherfuckers, if you know your female is in heat, don't bring that bitch to a show.
I'm gonna tell you.
Come on, man.
And look, and people say they wonder why the main reason you don't bring it. Males turn up when females are in heat. This is nature.
I turn up.
So when you have females in heat, it becomes an issue. It becomes a big issue. These females will get it going. They will tear your ass loose.
It'll be a problem up in there,
these males are ready to bang. And to be honest, I have seen females turn it up when other females is in heat and be ready to snatch something. So, yeah, let's just leave them at home, man, and be nice about shit, man.
Let's do that. I didn't know she was in heat. Checking that bitch humping. What the fuck you mean you ain't know she's in heat?
And that leads me to this, too, as far as the dogs turning up. Look, and this is all stuff I'm saying, and y'all probably like, oh, yeah, this is common sense. But I'm going to tell you like this, and this is just very, very simple. If your dog at any point in time lunges at the judge, he will be dismissed. If your dog lunges at another handler, he has to be dismissed. I don't know where this became, Michelle silly. I don't know. Oh, trust me, I'm not always serious. I don't know where this became an issue at, honestly. Y'all actually argue when a dog tries to bite the judge that he should be dismissed? That's not in the dog's characteristics. That's not in the dog's characteristics. I mean, now, if you judging, these things. Like the Rottweiler tends to be a little more standoffish towards people. It's sort of in his thing. Now, he still has to be under control. But the judge can sort of be a little more like, I know that this dog is sort of bred to bite the shit out of people. The American Bully comes from dogs that are not bred to bite the shit out of people. Nanny dogs.
The fuck on?
These dogs are supposed to be cool, man. We don't need that kind of bullshit.
Nope.
How much are we going to charge for our shows? I'll get to that at a different time. It's not crazy expensive or anything, but we do a package.
And I know I'm speaking for T on this one. You can't just be anybody and host the show. In
No.
my opinion, that's where the ABKC went wrong. You ever notice when the UKC hosts the show and the AKC hosts the show, they host the show, not no other kennel, not no breeder. They host the show. They control it. By doing that, a lot of people got into doing that because they couldn't produce nice dogs. I'm just keeping it real. And it's just a way to make money. I don't think that any kennel should just be allowed to host a show. That's my own opinion.
Ed, yes, it'll be plenty of shows in California. A couple big time guys out there that's going to do some things, and the registry itself is going to do some California shows. So,
are you going to let anybody host the show?
No, it'll be qualified people, and even if you're a new person, we're gonna run you through the ringer a little bit. We want to see the, for one, your event place has to be paid for, and the reason why I say that is this. We have this epidemic of people who, I understand you don't want to lose all your money. You know what I mean? Richie, I hope we can do some regional clubs within the registry. I really do. That'd be a great thing. But, when you host a show, I've seen this happen actually here in Tampa, where the guy had a show and was taking money for the booths. He had made a deposit but didn't pay the place off. And literally the morning of the show, he still hadn't paid the place off. You know what I mean? Dave and Deanna flew in, paid the $3,000 in cash just so this show would go on because this guy had screwed up so bad. Look, if you're gonna be a show host, man, be the type of show host that you can pay for all your shit up front, and whatever money you get back, you get it back. But if you're doing this shit as a hustle, it's never a guaranteed hustle, and we don't want to run the risk.
Damn
Hey,
that.
Drew, you know we can make that happen. Yeah, we don't want to run the risk of a million people coming out there, because if it's a show, trust me, we gonna be all over it. We gonna push the hell out of it along with you, and we gonna try to make it a success and support you. But damn it, man, we can't show up at the place and it's a lock on the door and the people demanding $3,000 because you was trying to collect fees to pay off the rest of the show. That cannot happen. It's a black eye for the registry. It's a black eye for the host and the city, and all that's being represented. So people need to step their game up, man.
Yeah, man. I couldn't agree more. They said, will it be a penalty if shows are not started on time by the show host?
Absolutely. Because I want to have after party. So,
Those after parties have gone down in legends, myths.
We've had some beautiful after party. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's no, to me, a properly ran show does not need to end at 1 o'clock in the morning. If that show is supposed to kick off at 10, get this thing rolling, and let's do what we have to do, man. You know, let's do what we have to do, Ronnie. Let's do what we have to do, man.
Miyagi and Bullseye are not. Dax are not. Well, I don't know about that.
Dax has not been taken off, but Miyagi and Bullseye has. You know, the Dax debate will probably go on forever, but those two, they made it easy. They made it very, very easy, very, very easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just about making stuff better.
What about Denzel's own grandchildren off of Bean and Magoo?
I mean, they're not banned, but they have to make the cut. You know, I honestly don't.
Man, you gonna do that to your own dog's legacy? You're a dickhead.
That's what they'll say, but it is what it is. If the dog doesn't fit, I'm just not going to let it in. You know, well, it's not even at a certain point in time. It's not even going to be up to me. You're going to have a lot of judges who are going to be trying to snatch paperwork because they see dogs that are totally outside of the standard, you know?
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, but it has to happen, you know? It has to happen.
Every dog, people keep thinking all these dogs that they make that they think are hot, all of them ain't show dogs. So if you don't want that kind of party, don't bring them.
Yeah, see, the thing with Dax, a lot of people are saying Dax, but the thing is with Dax, it's still a question mark. You know, we can make our assumptions, but Dax was never proven 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt, like these other two characters. So, you know, I think the Dax question will answer itself because those dogs have to come through and have the proper rears and breathing ability. Good luck with that. You know, there's very few Dax dogs that can actually pass the test. And those that do pass the test, congratulations to them. They're well-bred animals, you know. But for the most part, we're gonna see a lot of them that don't make the cut, you know.
Will you be doing single registrations like the UKC used to do?
No.
So nobody can inspect it if they're say like that motherfucker's registered, I don't know, with some other registry.
No.
Somebody can't single register. They can't inspect it for you, and then put it.
If it's registered with another registry, it already has a registration. And it can be
accepting other registry.
Yes.
All right, got you.
Yes, but you know
I'm answering.
that single registration is what got the ABKC in trouble because they were allowing people to just inspect the dogs with no actual lineage on the dogs, and that's how they were actually pulling in the Miyagi and the Bullseye blood. Because the dog passes the eye test, it might not pass the pedigree test. That's why I don't want any parts of those single registrations without proper paperwork and lineage behind the dog. You know, it just can't.
A whole lot of motherfuckers upset if they did lineage tests anyway. You know that.
That's why it's just too much. You know. It's just
jumping out bridges for real.
What registries? I mean, I pretty much have looked at it like I would. I really. UKC, ABKC, BBCR, the real American Bully registries, you know. One thing about it is just under no circumstance can you accept certain type of anything. We have to be tight on this thing. Because I know...
What's the point in starting one? If it's all the same, there's no reason to start another one.
Yeah. I agree with you, Ferdy, too. They're just gonna have to make the cut. Serious faults and stuff will not matter. And what y'all will see is that yeah, we're gonna have to snatch a lot of papers and get rid of a lot of dogs. We're gonna have to. But don't y'all think that there's a lot of dogs that need to be gotten rid of? It has to start somewhere. The transformation has to start somewhere. The dogs have to get better somewhere.
Can I ask you something, T?
Yeah.
I want to make a point. Don't you still think, at least I do anyway, do you think that the ABKC papers now are more valuable for an American bully than what we had when we had the UKC papers? I don't think so. I still think UKC papers are more valuable. That's just my opinion.
I think the UKC papers are the universal papers. I would take my UKC Pit Bull papers over my ABKC papers any day because.
If you ain't got ABKC papers and you only got the UKC papers because Khan fucked you on that puppy, you got the best set of papers.
Yeah. Yeah, the UKC is universal, man. You know, the ABKC is too much fuckery that went on. You never know what they did. You know, you don't never know what you have because there's been a lot of exemptions made to different people. And yeah, if you want the best, man, I still say the UKC is still the best paperwork.
When it comes to registering these bullies,
and it's and the dogs, you know, and they're 100 years old, man, so they have a lot of everything, you know.
Yeah.
They have a lot of everything. They top quality.
What's up, Purdy? Yep. Purdy said that they minimized the exotics over there in Sweden. The homie. What's up, Purdy?
Them exotics, man. I just fuck exotics. For Ferdy, I know Ferdy down with that.
I got people ready to kill me because of your ass, man.
Hey, Drew. We'll catch up tomorrow for sure, my brother. Man, I mean, this is a part of our society. This is a part of our society. You know, this is what we do. You know, this is what we do. You know, we're here to make better. I'm not asking anybody if you feel like what we doing is the wrong thing. You probably the wrong type of person to come to our registry and it's not to insult you, but we are just not into the ribbon chasing mode. We want to give you a beautiful ribbon, of course. We want to give you a big, beautiful ribbon that you can be so proud of and you can go and, you know, do your thing and da. But that ribbon is going to mean something like a Super Bowl ring. When you have our initials across your ribbon and you put it up in your case, people going to be like, damn, your dog had to work for that shit. And that's what we want. And, you know, and that's the way we want. We want people to feel like, damn, your dog had to really work to get that shit, man. You know what I mean?
Have you got to the point system yet?
250 points to champ out. You do need one win outside of your region. We will detail what the regions are. You need that 250 points. We're deciding on the we deciding on the majors. It's a debate right now. Should it be 3 or should it be 5? But it's not gonna be easy. And
it's gotta be at least 3.
Yeah, well, it's definitely gonna be 3. But I'm pushing for 5. I want people to rumble for this shit. That's what I said. I'm not trying to have 500 champions, and when people do finally do all that work and they get to their championship, it's like 40 dogs is sitting there that's average quality that has the same title that they have. No, I want your dog to be special when he has a title, you know?
Yeah. All right, here's another one. Ballpark figure, when's it open?
Next month. That's our ballpark. That's our ballpark.
You got something about Thanksgiving?
That's what I'm trying. You know, I'm pushing. That's what I'm trying by Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. Can sit there and talk a little crazy and sip a little more of this coquito. Get ready to take over in 2018.
I don't mind.
It's
for people as me. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but more from a show aspect, from a true structural standpoint.
Yep.
Better off with John Easterly, Robert Ellis, and quite a few other people that I already know that he's got in the fold for judging.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good judges, and it's gonna be some judges y'all don't know at all because they come from different breeds.
Thank you,
Andrew. Yeah, no, at no point in time at no point in time on any paperwork will Miyagi blood be allowed. or bullseye blood. No matter how far the generations are back, if we dig through it and they're there, we have to take them out. And I tell you, this is the reason. I'm a genetics guy. You know, if any of y'all have seen my boy Mandela, y'all look back on his pedigree. You Bullypedia him, his Hall of Fame, Nelson Mandela, and you look at his pedigree and you'll see that there are no champagne dogs anywhere in his pedigree until you get to about 5 generations back. So what does that tell you? That means that his grandfather and his grandmother, Boom Boom and Pink Champale, they actually jumped all the way back up into his pedigree, and he looks a lot like Boom Boom. You know, he's actually carrying the size, you know, like that kind of size. He's a 96-pound dog. Bistro wasn't even an 80-pound dog, you know. And that tells you what genetics do. So if you have a Miyagi that's 4 or 5 generations back, and because it's 4 or 5 generations back, you decide to say, you know what, that's far enough back. No, that shit will jump right back up to the front, and you've tainted your blood pool, and then it becomes a situation of the argument. Well, how do we, how far back do we make this go? The dogs that are banned, do they have to be 7 generations back? And I would just like to be real, and I know it's going to be some hurt feelings. I know some people going to cry and shit, but our reality is just this, that, man, we have to make rules, and we have to follow them, and the community has to judge, you know? The community not judge, but the community has to adjust. You know, you just have to adjust. You have to adjust to having actual rules in place that make you step your game up.
So you won't even register, not just show, but you won't even register a dog, right? It's got Miyagi in the pedigree.
Not for confirmation. Now, if you got a Miyagi dog and they want to go into the
registry,
it can register for agility contest. In confirmation as an American bully, no Miyagi blood, no bullseye blood. But agility is open. You know, agility is open. You can find a dog at the shelter and you can register it for agility. That's not confirmation. It doesn't have to have a pedigree in agility or even weight pool or any of those. You don't have to have that. Those are weight classes and things like that. But when you talk about confirmation, our main goal is to keep that blood as pure as possible, and it would be going ass backwards. Oh, much love, Drew. It would be going ass backwards to keep on adding something that mess with your gene pool. You know, I mean, I heard another story about Miyagi and agility. I heard another story about Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? And when we talk about genetics. Michael Jordan, everybody in his family for, 4 generations was under 6 feet tall. But back in the 5th generation, he had a great whatever grandfather that was 6'6". So all these years later, young Michael grows to be 6'6". Grandpa's genes came back, and made a legend. So this is what I'm telling y'all. When it comes to genetics, don't never underestimate how far back something can come up, you know, and slap you in the face. And in order for us to perfect this breed, we have to perfect our gene pool. If we don't have the ability to perfect our gene pool and remove certain things out of our gene pool, we're always going to be at the bottom rung of what our dogs are supposed to be. We have to do better.
That's why Bullseye can throw a reindeer.
Yeah, that's why he can throw a damn reindeer. You know, I mean, it's
Here we go. It says his DNA test accepted from other facilities.
Well,
third party.
Well, we're gonna have our facility that we want everything ran through, just to keep it above board and not to make too much confusion. And it's not to accuse anybody of anything, but it's just to say other people will put us in situations. Well, like, why did Bobby get to send his to these people? And I heard his sister-in-law works over there. We don't want to start that shit. We want to have one place where you get one person and they got all the DNA tests and it's all locked in one place. Yeah, it can't be manipulated. You know, you have to. Michelle, you over there doing them Jello shots. You better be careful, girl.
It's all got to start differently, because if nothing's done differently, there's no reason starting a new registry. I'm not speaking to you, T. I'm speaking to the people in here.
Oh, that's absolute. You know, we've all cried for change in our community, and this is a change. It's not going to sit well with everybody, but for those of us who are serious about dogs, it's going to be a breath of fresh air.
What about through Bullypedia?
I'll save that for later, but
please do.
Yeah, I'll save that.
Another subject.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject, but I'll just put it this way: Bullypedia is about tracking and making records. It's not an actual database for a registry, because if you go into Bullypedia right now, I'll tell you this: if you look up Mandela and Denzel, it'll say that I didn't produce either one of them. That's because somebody else put the information in. I produced both dogs, of course, but that's what you know.
Shout
but
out to Coastal Edge,
you know, so you know it's rough. Michelle, it only lets me call one person in. We have. Oh Lord. Hey, that's your call, man. If you want, if you want.
It don't matter to me, Miss Michelle Parker. I'll get you on there. Not gonna have a night. We don't want no beef with.
Absolutely.
We don't want no problems with Michael Thomas.
Absolutely. Oh shit. Absolutely, we having a junior handler. We're gonna have fun with the junior handler too. Have a lot of fun with the junior handler. We're gonna have a lot of seminars for the junior handler. We're gonna bring this junior handler class to life. We're gonna make that one of our forefronts and do our thing with that junior, because the kids is the future, man. The kids is the future. If we can get to the next generation and start teaching them how to do it right, then it won't be such a fucking battle when they get a little bit older to teach them how to do the dogs the right way, you know. They don't get to, like, oh my God, what was that, a couple months ago when Brooke I think it was Brooke that might have did that. She let the kid show a dog that had a testicle missing or some shit like that. Like, you can't teach these kids that shit, because they're gonna run with it. And they be like, oh, it's just a junior handler. No, you have to be very, very strict in the junior handler, because you want the kids to be on point, man. You don't want to teach them bad habits right off the top. Like, you know, our judges do have keen eyes. I can tell y'all this. If y'all seen me in the ring judging, all that bullshit that y'all do in the ring, y'all couldn't do. Like the thing where y'all put that knee in the side of the dog to try to make it stand a certain way. No, I tell you. No, man. Don't touch the dog. You stack the dog, you stand up, and you let the dog stack. I don't need you with your hands on this dog, because if you have to put more hands on the dog, that means the dog's not stacking. You are stacking the dog. This is not a deal where you touch all over the dog. Oh, man, Drew, of course not. You know that, brother. But you can't do that. You can't keep touching the dog. You don't see people just keep on touching the dog at other dog shows. Once the dog is set, he's set. We don't need all this extra, you tickling the balls and putting knees in their side and pulling a choker extra. Come on, man. Either train your dog to stack properly, do exactly, Austin, do free stacks, or get out the ring. Oh, it definitely ain't no damn thunder vest allowed in the ring. If you bring a thunder vest in the ring, you probably gonna get kicked out the fucking building just because I think you was trying to be funny as fuck. So nah, definitely no capes unless it's the Halloween party. If somebody want to dress up as Mr. Beans, you can put your dog on as a cape. Like, look, it's Little Beans. And don't worry, at that time of the year, y'all can put on sweaters too and act like y'all Mr. Miyagi. All this shit is illegal at Halloween. You know, it's a costume party. I'm just saying. You know, but yeah, I mean, all that other bullshit, we want to be professional, man. We want to be professional, and we want to build a community that we can be proud of, not some shit where everybody's laughing at us. You know, we've been laughed at enough. Thank you, Michelle Parker. I really appreciate it. No more Jello shots. Everybody keeps saying which Miyagi. Miyagi 18. That's the try one. I got intel. Man, y'all know it's funny how many people still argue that Miyagi shit. Clear as day, it's a picture of this fucking dog that's try now. He 3 inches tall. And they said, no, that's the same dog. I said, how? Because I don't know if y'all remember the original Miyagi was a bigger dog. Not to say he was giant, but he sure as hell wasn't no 12 inches. The original Miyagi had decent size on him. You know, for a little guy, he wasn't no micro. Now that little dog they showing now is a micro. His little sweater be dragging on the ground and shit. And he'll try. And God bless him. But y'all remember when Ed Shepherd had the nerve to open his mouth? Oh, Lord. They busted Ed Shepherd's ass wide open, Jack. Ed said, I know Miyagi. I bred to him a couple times. Ed was proud about breeding to Miyagi them couple times. Then he said, Miyagi's never had a white paw. He didn't know that George was actually saying that to try Miyagi was Miyagi. So he didn't blew the whole scene open like, Miyagi never had a white paw. What the fuck? Man, next thing you know, they jumping on old poor Ed. I'm like, Ed, go get your shovel, man. Go get your shovel. Shit getting thick. That's right, Primo. That's that. That's who he said he got. Primo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's who he said he got too. Absolutely. Try dogs to be allowed. No merles. No merles. But tries are allowed. And the reason, if y'all missed the last one, the reason why we got rid of the merles, for one, it was never allowed in the American Bully. But even in the other breeds, the reason why we're not doing this is because, man, it, you know, it's a lot of health issues that come along with merle. You know, I know people are doing little cute things with bulldogs and merles and different shit like that right now. But at the end of the day, the merle gene is a gene that I really don't think our community is responsible enough to breed to, you know. Not right now, you know. You know. Ed did call Jesus because they was ready to jump on Ed, man. I hope Ed is doing all right, man. I heard he had. And then they say he had a stroke or a heart attack. I hope he doing all right in all seriousness. Yeah, I said no merles. Yeah, I got a doctor that's gonna come on. And he's gonna talk about the genetics behind the merles and the possible issues. And for those people who do breed merles, because see, I see a lot of dogs that are in the early stages of merle. The proper way to breed the merles is actually opposite of what you might think. You don't breed two merles to each other. When you breed merles, you can't breed two merles to each other. A lot of times that merle dissipates into a white. When it dissipates into a white, that's when that double gene starts to show a lot of the traits that cause the deafness and blindness. You're not supposed to do that. You know, so, you know, just a little bit of advice to the people who are doing the merles. Find the proper way to breed it so you're not putting in that killer gene that could destroy everything. Yeah, you know, Austin, I really do believe that, but we have a community that can't even make dog with straight feet. So you think they're gonna breed the merle gene correctly? It's like putting a pistol in their hands, man. And that's why I'm saying that, because I already see them. I already see them lining up breedings, and they, oh yeah, two merle puppies together, guaranteed to be merles, and it's like, oh, here we go. Double, triple, quadruple up on these genes. Next thing you know, you're going to have all white dogs with them crystal blue eyes having seizures and can't hear or see. Trust me, I've seen it before. These mothers, they can't breed the basic shit. You know that we talking about complicated shit when you start talking about doubling up on genes. Absolutely no albino puppies neither. I mean, can't do that. Got to have some kind of pigmentation. You know. I mean, it's, you know, we sort of following basic dog rules. I don't know a lot of places that allow all this stuff to go on anyway. So we just want to tighten it up, man. We want to tighten it up. We want to make this thing a lot better, man. You know, we want to focus. We're going to do a lot of research on the breathing issues. We're going to probably be the first registry. I know, well, maybe not the first registry, but definitely the first bully registry where we're going to, certain people will have our line open, and if your dog unexpectedly passes away or something like that, you know, you tell us the conditions or whatever. If they're suspect conditions, what we're going to do is we're going to pay for the necropsy and have the vets give us a report on it so we can start to learn more with why some of our dogs die early, and if we find a pattern. It's all about trying to educate ourselves to breed better, you know. We want to find out. I'm telling you, some of the dogs that I would be interested in and seeing a study on would be the Dax dogs. Because I know people get mad. Yeah, no bullseye blood. I know people get mad, but huh? What?
Dax dogs?
Yeah, cause I want to see what the tests look like on them because they die young. They have a pattern of dying young, and I want to see what's going on in their cardiovascular system. But of course, no one ever does an necropsy and releases the report of what was actually wrong with them when they cut them open. But I would love to see what's wrong with them when they're cut open. You know, because what I would bet is I would bet that they have major scarring in the inside of their airway passages down into their lungs, because that sound that you hear them make, that that's very abrasive in the inside, and what typically happens is that you start to get a bleeding there because of the constant vibrations and the rubbing, and you get clots in there a lot of times too, and that is one of the causes for pulmonary embolisms at times. And also, like they said, that the Dax dogs have a very high rate of heart murmurs too. So I would like to see, you know, and it's not to bash those dogs, but it's actually to give us some perspective. I don't have my Kamali offspring yet. I'm waiting on them. Yeah, grandkids actually. Bobby, you finding questions over there?
Yeah, and I'm getting messages. From what's his name? Could it be caused also they're not daily conditioned or exercise?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think with these dogs, I think you know, I've seen people try to exercise them and they die on the exercise.
Yeah.
If a dog does not have,
it's got to do with genetic as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of genetics. And that's what scares me about it, because it's so mixed into the blood out here right now, is that their cardiovascular issues are just shocking. I mean, they fall out a lot.
Yes.
You know, they fall out a lot, and it's gonna, you know, is somebody said they got the Chongo infection. That might be it, but
speaking of which, they gotta give him what?
The Chongo mating award. No, I ain't see it, Ray. I ain't see it. But yeah, the Chongo mating award gotta, man. Hey, that one guy, Begging Taylor, he gotta get the award. Yeah, Kenji, you're right. A lot of them can't walk properly at all. You know, a lot of them are in pain, and that's another thing. A lot of them get put down early. Yeah, a lot of them get put down early because of the pain that they're in, the hip issues and all the different things, man. It's really a sad scenario, you know. It's a lot of sadness with this shit, and I say that not being a jokester or not being funny. I'm being real with that. Is that I would love to see us do better, you know. And that's all. And that's all. This is the only mission for me, man. I didn't talk to y'all all damn night. This has been actually a real good conversation, and I appreciate all y'all. But I tell you, you know, it's all about making our breed better. A healthy dog. Woo, Carolina Bully Farm. I'm gonna tell you like this: Carolina Bully Farm is not banned at our registry. They didn't do anything under my watch. And I'm going to tell you like this, and this is what, and I know people are going to be like, oh my God, check this. Carolina Bully Farm, Mike Land hasn't done shit to me either, you know. They still have to, they still have to pass the visual test. But this is what I will say about those guys, you know, is this. Any politics to go on with the ABKC, I'm not stepping into that. I don't know what's going on. Michelle said, T, you cool? I'm still cool for now. After a while, it's going to be my damn bedtime. I'm getting old.
I haven't been able to. I'm getting messages like crazy and shit.
See, that's my cat there too, Kenji. He talking about, yeah, you know how heartbreaking it is to see so many screwed up dogs, and I'm saying, like Bobby said earlier, man, you know, damn, why are we the ones that have to talk about this?
Thank you.
Other people pat themselves on the back and tell you, oh, what about this that we're correcting? What about this? But talk directly about the dogs. Share some of your amazing knowledge. You know, share some of your amazing knowledge. It's sad, man. It's sad. I get frustrated, man. I get frustrated. That's why sometimes y'all hear me cussing people out. It's not that I'm really that angry that I want to fight, because most of them people, they would piss on themselves if it came down to a fight. But it's just that y'all know how you get frustrated when you talking to a dumb motherfucker, and you know that you telling them everything that's right, and they just so stupid that they still want to keep arguing with you. But no, but I told you to shut up now. Shut up and listen. Shut up and listen. That's that shit that drives me crazy, and that's the shit like talking to Dave and them. It's like, man, shut up. Nobody's harassing you. Nobody's lying on you. None of that shit, man. The dogs are terrible, you know. And regardless, he'll tell everybody, I don't make money off of this. But come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. What about Tow Line? Hell no. I'll tell you. But Tow Line don't claim to be American bullies, though, from what I understand. They strictly exotics. You know, they strictly exotics. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, some exotic type dogs every now and then they're gonna slip through the ranks, because it's impossible to study every pedigree to see. But what we are letting people know right off top is that if we tell you that a dog is banned or whatever, and you send in the pedigree anyway, and you paid your money, you forfeit your money when we strip you of the papers. Because if I told you no Miyagi, but you try to slide the shit in because it was 7 generations back, and we find out about it, we just gonna pull your papers. So you might as well keep your freaking money. Well, if Carolina Bully uses Tow Line, that's gonna be the reason that they get their asses booted.
Ruben wants to know how
Bullseye's out.
them high rears corrected, bro.
Well, it's only one way to get rid of them, and that's to get rid of them.
Dog, you talking about half the fucking breed, bro.
So what? They multiply.
Yeah.
They multiply. I can take two.
It's a lot of them.
I can take one stud and 3 bitches, and in 2 years I can have 50 dogs. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Eliminate the garbage and start over with the shit that represents our breed. We cannot be scared to get rid of things. We cannot be scared to pull papers. I'm not worried about taking in people's money. If I feel like it hurts the breed, we snatching it. I know Ruben will be more than happy to go snatch a lot of shit. We have to snatch papers. If it's not something that represents us, and they got screwed up rear ends, or you can see that they exactly no refunds when you know that your dog was a train wreck and you try to slip it by us in the first damn place. The shit is just it's stupid. You know, some of these guys should understand that if you got tore up dogs, don't try to bring it by us. You already know what we own. You already know that we just a gang of motherfuckers looking to ban your dog. That's what we do. We looking to ban all bullshit dogs. Now, that's not to say and Oscar reminded me this, my good friend Oscar Gomez. You know what I mean? No, we're not kicking every dog out. If you got a slight high rear, that's not your dog being banned. That's a slight. That's slight. There's nothing very major about that. It's fine. Some dogs are slightly easty-westy. That still fits in the range. But when you bring these dogs that they're not easty-westy, but they're northy-southy, and them bitches is pointing all kind of ways, and they look like I've been riding they back and all, what do you expect me to do, honestly? What the fuck can I do?
Yeah.
You done brought this damn Twizzler in here, and now you expecting me to really let him stay? Damn, Jesus said snatching papers, weaves, Facebook popularity. We snatching all kind of shit. I know I'm missing some of y'all questions, and I do apologize, but the screen is moving at a super fast rate. But you know, I mean, it's just a lot of little things that we have to clean up. Some of y'all, I mean, not, you know, I mean, oh yeah, somebody just said that the 50 dogs with 1 and 3 bitches. It's easy. I said 2 years. So if you give me 3 bitches and I got 1 stud, and in 2 years, and in 2 years time span, I can breed each one of them bitches 3 times, and they breeding career be over. Now if they all have litters on the average of 5 puppies on a litter, I'm doing all right. That's 45 dogs. You can repopulate with good shit fast.
Yeah.
Just like we seen
the fucked up ones gone.
Yeah, Chris Brown. Just like, you know, that's our problem. The fucked up dogs multiply too fast. They start breeding them. They start breeding them bitches at 6 months, And they got, you got grandmamas running around here 8 months. They already grandmas.
But where the fucked up ones gonna go?
They die in 2 years anyway. What the fuck? We don't gotta, after 2 years, them bitches gonna be dead anyway. I'm just keeping it 100. They gonna die. They always die. I don't know where they gonna go. That's probably not my problem. They can go to the ABKC where they been at. Fuck it. Exactly, Kenji. Some shit is brood stock, some are pets. Education, my brother, that's what they lacking. I mean, for real. Yeah, and Ed still got that shovel. Y'all call Ed, he got that shovel.
You know what's funny is?
The Chongo band
that
list.
whole shovel comment, because that shovel shit has been going on for years. I guess people just made it popular because Ed said it. Here's my point with that, which ain't got nothing to do with this registry. You know, when Ed first said that, these quote-unquote new breeders got mad about it. They got mad about it. But now it's like an ongoing joke. Hit him with the shovel. But when he did it, it was a problem.
You know what?
Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what? Some people got mad, but other people found it funny, like how hypocritical it was, because Ed had a nice collection of train wrecks himself, and he up here talking about smacking people with shovels and shit. Like, Ed, you can start at home.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shovel smacking to do at the house while you talking about threatening other people's dogs and shit. I tell you why I found it funny. I just found it funny to think about Ed's old ass out there swinging that shovel. That's what had me dying. I said, Ed gonna fuck around, have an asthma attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I found funny. But that definitely was a part of the game.
Yeah.
Brandon said he should have shoveled Dax to keep it 100.
People don't want to talk about, sometimes they talk about, we shouldn't call dogs. So y'all gonna tell me that some of these dogs actually should be walking around like this? It's not the dog's fault.
Yeah, the American Pit Bull Terrier has its own class, Josh, so they can compete, of course. I mean, like a lot of these lines that y'all naming, and I see some of them that's moving back and forth, but a lot of these lines I don't even know. Like, a lot of the lines like Goochland and some of the Mike Land stuff, I don't have to go out and put a massive ban on it. And the reason why I don't have to put a massive ban on it is because it can't meet standard. That's the wonderful thing about a standard if you follow it. A lot of these dogs just plain and simple won't make the standard. And I know I have judges that won't mind telling them like, he's too much bulldog there. We're going to have to do something better.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. Tommy, I wish I had some hooch in that jug. Shit, it'd really be turned up in this bitch. Get some of that old shine.
No comment.
Get your shine on their ass. Shine.
So
Man.
Don't have extreme, no extreme class. The bully's already extreme.
Bully is already extreme.
There's no classic class. If you want classics, they got pit bull terriers.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you this. We will discuss down the line.
Don't do it.
No, I'm being honest. We will discuss down the line an extreme breed. And it's not going to be what y'all think. But there are some dogs that carry more bulldog traits in the breed that we know are mixed. And we know these different things. But some of them are nice dogs. And they sort of fall into the same line as the F1s and the Brahmas. That's actually what they are. So, once me and John get a chance to sit down, because John is a Brahma guy, you figure out the way to add those dogs in down the line. But it will have to be a standard written form, and those dogs, too, will have to meet that standard. Someone asked me about Pacific Bulldogs earlier. If it was enough of them and a strong standard, it would be considered. But the main thing is that we don't want to do is we don't want to add breeds just to add a breed. If we add a breed, it's going to be with a purpose. With a purpose. Ruben out here slanging that crack. Bobby, yours will be there Tuesday, man. The shipment.
And then I'm going to go live with that shit.
The shipment are coming Tuesday, man. But it's it's all about doing things the right way, Period. That's it. Everything's about doing the things the right way and doing things the opposite of what we have known it to be. And it's going.
You doing that hooch?
Oh man, that's some good shit too. That's some good shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get lit.
Don't drink that whole bottle.
You ready to
Find your ass butt naked in the chicken coop.
I'm trying to tell you. Oh, yeah. I ain't wrong with that. Won't be the first time. No, I'm playing.
He ain't playing. He's ass naked in them people's chicken coop. Bobby, get your ass out that coop.
With a fifi.
Almost made me spit that shit all over this computer. You get your ass out the people. You get the.
I was still digging the man. I took it to the hotel when I got out.
Man, I'm gonna tell you back in the day when we used to turn up and go to the shows and shit. Man, one night I woke up and this girl is just in the room, right?
Oh no.
Nah, it wasn't nothing inappropriate. You know, I was knocked out in the bed. I'm nestled tight, and she just over there petting Hallie like, "This is a nice dog." I said, "Oh, thank you." And I rolled over, then I rolled back over. I said, "Bitch, who is you?" I never remember her getting in there. She petting the shit out of the dog. I'm like, what happened? She's like, "Oh, nothing happened." She's like, "I got locked out of my room." Nah, she said she got locked out of her room, and I guess I heard the banging and I went to the door like, "Stop the banging. Do you want to come in and lay down or some shit?" Yeah, I ain't even get lucky. It wouldn't have fucking mattered anyway. I wouldn't have remembered it. I was one of them staying awake for 3 days and drinking all back then. That was the Grey Goose era. Grey Goose and Red Bull, just kept drinking that shit, drinking all that caffeine. Then you not only do you crash from the caffeine, but you drunker than the son of a bitch. It was just it was all kind of dehydration. Michelle,
that's not a good combo.
Michelle, why is you fighting us? Huh?
Why would you want to get drunk and can't pass out?
Man, I didn't want to get drunk until I was trying to hang. But them staying up 2 days in a row, I couldn't hang. I ended up, man, shit, I was through.
Mm-hmm.
I was through.
I did a few of those altercations myself way back in the day.
Man, I had a few. I got the one night I got locked out in the hotel with my towel on and shit. Just being ignorant.
Yeah, man.
That shit was ignorant. And then that one little, you remember the one little girl that looked like a mouse that used to be the little skinny girl. What's her name?
No, you talking about Amber?
No, not Amber. No, not Amber. No, not that one. That might have been her. I don't know. But I was avoiding her.
The one that looks like the mascot for the Fruit Loop commercial.
Yeah. That's her.
That's Amber.
Okay, I don't be knowing people's name. Yeah, as soon as I bent the corner, she was right there. Like, what are you doing? How are you doing? I'm like, man, I'm up here in my nakedness, and this woman. That's what I get for being childish, though. I'm gonna try to run to my brother's room. I call myself doing. Hey, you know that shit you do when you knock on the door and run? I try to do that shit. I'm knocking on the door and trying to run back to my room. Man, motherfucking door locked on my ass. I don't know if it was a gust of wind had my ass out there. So embarrassing. I had to walk down to the damn desk with this towel on. I walked with pride. I walked with my pride, though. I said, fuck it. I ain't gonna let them see me sweat. Man, that was. I remember Dave's ass got drunk that day and thought they stole Roe.
Yeah.
Motherfucking left Roe.
He drank a couple Coronas and he fucked up.
Yeah, he thought they stole Roe. I'm like, man, Roe right down here, dude. Thought they stole the damn dog. Oh God. And then he gets to panicking. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. Somebody. I'm like, man, stop stuttering, motherfucker. Who took the dog? I don't know. I don't know, T.
You gotta get to talking all fast when you run and shit.
Yeah, man. I like that boy you got, Tone. Old Bobby Peru. That's a bad motherfucker there.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's another problem that I have too, man. Going back into these dogs before my phone died. I probably got like 5 minutes over here. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. Like, y'all don't even know who Bobby Peru is. A lot of y'all don't know who Bobby Peru is. It's been some beautiful dogs out here, man. There's a lot of good Remy line blood still left. I mean, man.
Bobby Peru, you right.
They don't know about a lot of these real, true American bullies that's still out there, but it says a lot. I hear Denzel knocking on the door. It says a lot that our community has gotten so bad that they pretty much, you know what I'm saying, they
looking like the Blair Witch Project.
They banned them. What the hell did you talking about, Blair Witch? But they banned the dogs without banning them because they, you know, when you get to pushing bullshit dogs, what the hell is Bobby doing? When you get to pushing bullshit dogs, man, they pushed our whole community away. People didn't even want to bring out the good dogs anymore. The good dogs went home. Fernando got pissed and took Ruger home, and he ain't showing none of his dogs ever in life again. Well, he yoked them. You know, the whole Remy line family, they yoked their dogs from the ABKC. Then found out that that damn Fabian was riding motorcycles with exotics. So that shit all got fucked up. It's just like, damn. That somebody should have. Man, he ain't lose shit. Fabian was through, man. Fabian is through, man. I'm so disappointed in Fabian, man. And then he put that vest on and jumped on. He put the Remy line vest on and gonna jump on that motorcycle. I said, Fabian.
And got somebody take a picture of it for him. Come on, man.
Fabian should get. He should get a Chongo Award. Yeah, he was riding motorcycles with exotics. He should get. Fabian is a straight clown. You right, Tone. Fabian should get an award for when he got on there and with that fake profile and was complimenting himself. That shit. He should get the Chongo. Because that shit was hilarious. Then forgot to change his shit. I said, damn, Fabe.
I think it was Brandy Christian that popped him.
Man, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. He complimented himself off.
He's trying to make a ploy to get back over the boys because I don't think it's popping for him on the exotics.
Jello shots. Them damn shit. Jello shots. Yeah. I don't know though, Tom. He a con, but man, I don't know. Him and old Woody, man, that'd be a hell of a contest for who's the con man of the decade.
1A and 1B.
Man.
Just flip a coin.
Yeah, he did use his birthday on the fake profile. That shit was crazy, man. He ain't good at faking.
We used the same email.
I missed the question, Erica. Yeah, he used the same email too. That was a man.
Chongo.
Hey, when it all goes bad, y'all, you use the wrong email. I mean, you use your own email. You put your birthday on there, then you get caught. Damn.
Mm-hmm. You weren't the only one that used to do shit like that. There was a fella who used to do that all the time on the Elite Edge board.
Who?
Your boy. Mr. Woodrow.
Oh, yeah, but Woody will send out information to people, too, and shit, and tell other people to go ahead and post this up for me, T.
Yeah.
You know the favorite line, you know, at my position in this community. Fuck exotics, Mary, that's right. At my position in this community, I just can't be posting these type of things. Like that, but they, yeah. Hey, Dave used to have us post all kind of bullshit. Most hypocritical shit. That man was the biggest hypocrite ever, man. Oh, Woody. Man, it's amazing that my dog actually know how to knock on the door. That mother just like yeah, he do that shit all the time. He be knocking on the door. It's just weird, but he know how to do it though. He mad because I locked his ass out, but he got gas. That mother kept farting, man. Hey Ray, just email me and I can email you the little order thing. Ain't no problem. But man, I'm telling you though, Big Val, what's going on, my brother? That's that. Yeah, that man got the baddest boy in the game right now. I love that boy. I mean, Big Val with Mufasa, the record breaker. That's a bad. You'll love that dog if you seen him in person. He your style.
Which brings me to another question that we've asked several times already. Who's winning the Nationals?
Man, I don't know, man. It's so unpredictable. I know who.
Nationals this year, T. Who's ranking the Nationals? You know, I can tell you.
I mean, who?
Whoever Viviana's got.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna do it because we called them out on it. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I've said, Kayla, I'm with you. This is my thing. If Val brings Mufasa back out for one more romp at it, I'm gonna tell you this. That's the only way that you could save Face. He should have won before. He's been the face of the breed for a while now. If you want to save Face, finally give the best dog the damn award without the politics. That's what I say. You know, I think the bear is one of the favorites, but I think if Mufasa shows up, I think you finally give the dog that deserves. You know, I mean, what better dog to represent? No, I'm saying it's the right move. I don't think it's political. I think unless something shows up that's just downright nasty, I think Mufasa goes in there. I mean, he broke every fucking record, man. This is your Michael Jordan right now. This is the dog that's just destroyed everything in his wake, but he doesn't have the Super Bowl ring. If he comes in and he performs the way he's supposed to do, and I already know Val would have him looking how he's supposed to, it's time to give him a Super Bowl ring. They haven't had that in years. They haven't had the best dog with the Super Bowl ring at the same time. It's always like they try to manipulate the shit because they don't want nobody to have too much power. Like, oh, you done won all the shows and you won the Super Bowl. It's always that thing. Let's throw like the year when Ruger was there. Ruger should have won that thing. You know, I love Sweet and Low, and I think that was a good pick if you wasn't gonna take Ruger. But Ruger was so hot, man. I think that they were determined. They were hell bent and determined to go ahead and bump him off. And Sweet and Low gave them the perfect out to get rid of Ruger, because she was a bad bitch, probably the baddest bitch that's didn't touch the ring since Holly. You know what I mean? So it gave them an out. But they were determined. They were determined. All I'm seeing right now is Mufasa and Bear, man. It seemed like that's it. They putting the heat on Val. They said, Val, you better bring that boy. They putting the heat on him. I mean, I look forward to seeing him again, man. He just a big, impressive motherfucker. And he's so confident. That's one of the main things that I love about that dog, man. He confident, man. Mufasa just walked.
You know what? Like me and you said before, we've already talked about this pretty much exhaustively. That's probably what's going to happen. If he's there, just say Face.
You breaking up, but I heard you though. Yeah, I mean, man, I just want him to do the right thing. It's like, can we all just get along? I just want him to do the man. If it's a muscle tone dog, everybody need to walk out the room, out the whole place. Like, y'all don't let this.
That won't happen if there's too much pressure. It won't happen.
I don't know, man. You never know how much is on that table, man.
You got a point. He's been bought before, so could happen.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, man. I mean, it's sad that we have to go around. It's like, usually when you talk about these things, it's just like, who got the baddest dog? What dog is not going to be beat, you know? Now we got to put in all the variables. Well, Viviana showing this one, and this person is this, and Brandon said, let's riot. Man, I take the trash can and hit the window like radio.
Man, let me tell you what happens. No matter what dog wins, even if a bean dog, if a muscle tone dog won, they're not going to say shit at the show. They're going to come on Facebook and bitch. That's all they do. They don't do nothing about it. They're going to keep going to the shows. They're going to keep editting their dogs good. The only way
Good night, Michelle.
To make a change is to affect their bottom line.
Tony got $50 on the bear. I mean, that's why I think, because I think that they know that their bottom line is being affected. The shows keep getting smaller, and now they know that it's another threat of a registry taking a shot at them. I think that they're gonna try. I mean, like, just like you've seen, it's always the same tactic. Just like now, Rachel comes out with her long speech, her long thing, and what about what we're doing to fix everything? Well, damn, we just said the shit was fucked up. Now we supposed to pat you on the back for your plan to fix what y'all fucked up?
The job that you supposed to do 10 years ago when Rachel wasn't even there? Really, Rachel? Come on now. You know better than that. Tell Woody to stop making you do posts for him.
Hey, Ferdy, you right about that. He is sitting like a boss. Damn. That man sitting like a boss.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see, man. I'm being honest when I say this. I sincerely hope that it's a good event. I don't care about people rolling their eyes at me. I hope they picked the right dog and it's a good event, because if they did that, then y'all didn't hurt me at all, because that's all I've ever been asking for in the first fucking place. So if we go in that route, I don't feel bad, not one bit, if this thing turns out to be a great event. I think it's a wonderful thing, and I think that that's all I've ever wanted. I don't root to see anybody fail. Just do shit the right way, because if you do it the right way, the dogs succeed. And that's all I really care about. I'm a real dog, man. If the dogs is getting better, I'm happy. But the reason why I'm unhappy is because the dogs are like shit right now. We got to do better. They must do better, We'll see how, we'll see what they do, man. I don't got my hopes up too high, I tell you that. No, I ain't. Nah, Ray, I'm officially retired, man. That's the reason why I ain't never put Mandela in there. I mean, I'm gonna bring Mandela out so y'all can see him. Everybody who's seen him loves him to death. He's a big, pretty ass dog. Great disposition, giant head. Things that people like. Flashy guy. But my days of showing is over, and I'm cool with that, man. Now I just want to take more time to make sure that the breed is getting better. Competing takes away from that. It puts me in as a part of the circus. I sort of want to step on the outside and monitor the circus. Yeah, I had my fun, man. I got enough wins. At least for me, I got enough wins, Yeah. Yeah, I got, Castro is getting in good shape, man. I might bring him back out. I just got to see how Castro going to act around other dogs, because, Castro got a lot of heat after he got jumped, you know what I mean? He ain't really the friendliest dog with other dogs. Yeah, once they jumped him, that motherfucker turned into, Hannibal Lecter. Which I can't blame him. It's a traumatic event, so I can't blame him. But it's a work in progress, man. And, he progressing. He get out with the girls, and he don't fight the girls no more. So he able to chill with the girls, and I feel comfortable with that. So maybe he'll get back out, man. He just went in defense mode. Castro had always been a puppy, lapdog type of dude. And they just all of a sudden just have three strange ass dogs attack him out of nowhere. I know it sort of sent him in shell shock, because he had never had no beef at all, And before you know it, he had to turn into something that that he had never been before, but that was in him. And then he tried to, he didn't try. He killed one of them. You know what I'm saying? He killed one of them, and I smacked the other one and knocked him the fuck out.
Can't nobody seem to give a great answer on. We do it though. See, what's the purpose of the American Bully?
Man, the purpose of the American Bully is just to be a bad motherfucker. He got no purpose. You know what I mean? Some for real. I mean, for real. Let's just be realistic. The purpose of the American Bully is to be a bad motherfucker. He the cat with the muscles, the gold chain, the Ferrari, snatching up all these hoes. That's the American Bully. That's what he do. You know what I mean? It's not.
But no physical purpose.
He's not. No, because he comes from a line of dogs that was pretty much, either you're gonna be a pit bull, you're gonna be a ring dog. He ain't built to fight. The pit bull was always the sexiest out of all breeds. So once you go ahead and you make this was this big sexy. That's what the American Bully is. When the mug had that pit bull on the leash, no matter where you at, if you had a pit bull, somebody stop you. Is that a pit? They know it's a pit, but they still gonna ask you, is that a pit? Is that a blue nose, a red nose, a gator mouth? Which one is that? So then, we just elevated and, said, let's put it on steroids. And that's what the American Bully is. He really is a companion, but he got some fire about him. He an all-around player. He can whoop your ass. He can hump. He can mac ladies. He can do all kind of shit. This is what this dog is. He's a player. If you want to know what the American Bully is, he's a motherfucking player. Don't y'all let nobody else tell y'all no different. That's what it is. It's a pit bull on steroids. You know what I mean? The only reason he on steroids is not to perform. He just want to look good. That's all. He want to look good, and he want to do nasty things every now and then, and just chill. Y'all know I'm all about the old school shit. You know what I mean? And I think I got YouTube back for a second anyway. But I'm all about the old school shit, man. The old school shit is the best shit, Yeah, I just put YouTube back on. I had to plug this charger up. I got all kind of bootleg shit in this house. But I think our heritage is something, And some people don't know these dogs like that. Y'all don't know Hallie as much like we know Hallie. Y'all, of course, you don't know a Kai, you don't know a Cairo, you don't know a lot of these dogs. But at the end of the day, these dogs was monsters, man. These dogs was something. Juan Gotti was a special ass dog, And it's sort of sad that he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, and that his legacy has been torn apart the way it has, I mean, really, and I'm not being too sappy about that shit, but it lightweight do break my heart to see the way that they just did that dog to the wayside. I remember, and I don't know if you remember this, Bobby, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this: one of the saddest days of my life was on MSN when I seen that they put up Juan Gotti for sale when he was like 8 or 9 years old. Man, that shit had me for real at the house. I was so heated, man. My girl like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because we was having a good time, and she just saw me getting that frustrated look, and I'm like, man, how the fuck y'all gonna sell Gotti, man?
American Bully without him.
I mean, and
whether you like him or not, there's no American Bully without him.
Exactly, man. And I thought that was one of the biggest betrayals of all time, just to see that. And I mean, and I think what we've had in a lot of cases, we've had a lot of Judas, And I'm not holding anything back, but what they did to Juan Gotti was ridiculous. And
there's no exotics without him.
What Dave has done to the Razor's Edge legacy has been absolutely ridiculous. What Fabian has done to the Remy line legacy has been absolutely appalling. I mean, we can go on. Every time you think,
he had a great thing going too, man.
I mean, yes, exactly. Every time you think that this thing could get better, it gets worse. These people have a hard time making me believe that they've ever cared about anything other than money. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. What's going on, Dave? How you doing, brother? I'm gonna tell you like this. Who will be the first registered dog for my new registry?
Carlo.
Absolutely not. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you. I thought about this the other day, man. I was deep in my thoughts, and honestly, the very first registered dog will be Hallie. Post-mortem. She'll be number one. Because, and it's not just because she's my dog, but I think she earned that spot. Hallie earned number one because she was the very first American Bully champion, period. And so with her being the very first American Bully champion, period, I think that she earned the right to go ahead and say, you know what, I am the one, So with her being the one, it's all good, and, that's just a thing, After that, whoever gets their paperwork in, I'm not going to give Denzel a special spot or anything like that. We will have, things where we honor our dogs, and that's something, I want to honor Remy in a way, but I'll tell you, it's just funny, that you don't even know who to call to honor Remy. I might have to call Chris to honor Remy, you know what I mean? Because I'm not giving shit to Fabian. I just don't think.
Yeah, hit up Chris Hodge.
Yeah, I would have to hit up Chris because I can't